Welcome everybody, and welcome to the old versus new tournament. Now, what does that mean for everybody here that is joining today? Now, what that means is going to be Warhammer 1 versus Warhammer 2. Every single faction is going to have the opportunity to go up against each other here. We have set 1, so for example here, we'll be having Lizardmen up against Wood Elves, and it'll be going for 8 games, and the first to 5 will win. So how are we doing, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic evening wherever they are. Let's hop in here. So well done. Hello to Jean Carlos, as well as CJ, Ice Power, Flex, Deadly Bunnies. How are we doing? Steel Bonnet, Papa Palpatine, as well as Hammond. How are we all doing? We also have the Kaiser. Is that Kaiser? I think I said that right. Great tournament theme. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. Almaldo, how are we doing, buddy? As well. So welcome everybody. Big quacks in the chat. Hope we're all doing well. So it looks like we're here and we're ready to go. So we're gonna have a Rubber Duck War here up against Stormrunner, and they will be playing on River Amaxon. Now I do have certain maps set up, but we will be going through them as we go through here. So I'm sure some of you can see Big Quack Hank. How are we doing, buddy? Big Quack. So as you can see, going through some of these, so it looks we will be popping through. Let's look at the picture here. So we will be having Beastmen up against. So see, Beastmen were a faction that I was struggling to find something against, but we only had 8 factions for the old, and we had 7 factions for the new. So I had to create one that had a sub faction. So Captellus will be playing as the High Elves as a Nagaraith, as the sub faction up against Beastmen, which should be quite fun. So we'll have Captellus up against Papa Palpatine. Then we'll have Chaos up against Dark Elves, Bretonia up against High Elves, Biblington with the Empire up against Deadly Bunnies here with the Norskins. I will also be having Dowie up against TK, as well as Greenskins up against VP, and then Vampire Counts there up against Skaven. So it should be quite the fun match for sure. Should be quite the fun set of matches, I should say. Looks like we're both ready, so let's pop in here with you guys and let's get set to go. Hello there, Zypher. How are we doing? How are we doing? How's the revision going? Hope we're all doing well. Evening, Mr. Bowmore. How are we? Sorry, Logic. I annoyed you about me complaining about the factions I'm going up against. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Just remember that lots of thought went into this. I sat down, even asked Ducky as well, just to double check that I was picking the appropriate factions here up against the appropriate factions, and we're putting appropriate skill levels up against appropriate skill levels. There is I put some thought into it, and some of them will be slightly unfair in a certain favour, and there's not a lot I can do that. Yeah, I need a break. That's why I'm here. Cool, buddy. Well, enjoy the break, right? So for the Wood Elves here and Warhammer 1, we will be having the Glade Riders with Hagbane tips. There's like 1-2 units of those, as well as the Wild Hunters of Kurnos for the bonus for large, anti-large, and the normal Wild Riders with shields. We'll also be having some Starfire shots from the back here with some Hagbane tips. So 2 Starfires and 1 Hagbane tip, with some Eternal Guard with shields in the front for the bonus plus large, anti-large, and armor piercing. 2 units of the Drads in the front here for that very good fear and physical resistance. And in the trees we are going to have a Branch Wraith here, as well as Orion. So Mel Gibson coming in today. So Orion will be having the Foe Seeker, as well as the Withering, Mystifying Miasma, and Earthblood, with Call of the Woods, as well as Smoking Mirrors, and the very nice Blessing of the Ancients. So really, really good stuff there. I didn't see where Orion went. Has he become the centerpiece of this all? Oh no, oh, okay. Well, we'll come back to Orion. But here we have the Red-Crested Skink Chief in the sky. Interesting stuff. Interesting to see the Red-Crested Skink Chief here from Ducky. I'm sure you know something we don't. We'll be having Warrior Crest, which gives the increased melee attack and melee defense, as well as the Opal Amulet, Foe Seeker, and of course Focus Instincts. We'll be having the Colossal Hunters here, which are quite nice there with their Toad Rage. We'll also be having some Skink Cohort Javelins in the front, as well as 2 units of the Saurus Warriors, and shed loads of, oh my god, we have some Sacred Croxagores, as well as some, is this normal Croxagores? Nope, 3 units of Sacred Croxagores, with the cohort of Sotek, the Red-Crested Skinks, and some File-Leech Bowlers here in the sky. Interesting stuff. So it looks like Orion has actually dipped over in. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a Vanguard here. So some Pterodon Riders there as well, with Orion here. It looks like he's actually got quite a few abilities. Let's pop in with Orion. Orion's going to be having the Horn of the Wild Hunt, as well as Orion's Hounds, Talonhawk, Foeseeker, and the Cloak of Isha. So quite the interesting setup here between the two. And lots of Pterodon Riders here for sure for the Lizardmen. We also are going to have a Skink Priest of Beasts, coming in with Translation of Gadon, as well as that Flock of Doom. Lots of range here, up against no range here from the Lizardmen. Bit of an interesting build from Ducky, something new for sure. But it does look here, we are going to be shooting from the woods, and that's exactly where these Glade Riders with Hagbane tips do well. Can't help but root for the Lizards here, and I don't blame you. I do not blame you. How you doing, William? Did I miss the Lizards caster? Yes, I'll go through quickly as we're going. We have the double Saurus Warriors with shields. We also have the Skink Cohort Javelins. We have the ROR Cohort of Zotek, the Red-Crested Skinks. We have triple Sacred Cross of Gold with that magic damage. We have 4 units of Pterodon Riders with the Fire Leech Bowlers. And we have the Colossal Hunters with the Red-Crested Skink Chief. It's an interesting build for sure. So in the back here, it looks like the Glade Riders are going to be absolutely smashing here up against the Pterodon Riders, doing some really, really good damage in the early pocket. Oh god, they're wavering here, but the Fire Leech Bowlers can certainly do some good explosive damage here in the pocket, and it's really good at shutting down infantry for sure. So shutting down these Eternal Guards with absolutely no armor can be very, very good. Oh, the damage in the back here up against the Sacred Crocs of Gore. That's exactly here what the Glade Riders with the Starfire Shafts are very, very good at doing. But look at these rock drops going down on top of the Glade Guard here. Some really nice trades there, so nice and effective. More rock drops going down on the Starfire Shafts, going to be shutting down these nice AP range. We do have a Rhine Dome, so you might yeet a couple of javelins this way. That is a nice javelin. And that's a pretty fast javelin as well. Ryan really doesn't miss too much, but he's going to be certainly taking out one of those Pterodons. And this is where the Colossal Hunters can come in, use their Toad Rage and try and see if maybe they can smash up against the Hagbane tips here, and just quickly take them off the edge of the battlefield. Back on the back here, we are going to have some Skink Cohort Javelins coming in with these Sacred Cotsgores. These boys are coming with the big crab hammers, and they are here, and they mean business. As you can see, we have some Glade Riders with the Wild Hunters of Kurnos coming through. They might be able to assist here up against the Sacred Coxagore. These boys are monstrous infantry, and they do count as large. So nice big charges there from behind. They're certainly going to be taking a punch. Looks like out of control with Toad Rage going down here for the Colossal Hunters, as they will be fighting up against all of this. And looks like Flock of Dooms going down as well. Yep, overcasted Flock of Doom, as well as the Curse of Arena. So lots of magic going down here. Some really, really nice abilities. Yeah, so much. Earthblood overcasted going down here from the Wood Elves. And Balance of Power is even. He's going to be 350 here up against 510 from the Wood Elves. It's pretty tightly contested. Saurus Warriors will come in and they'll absolutely just tarnish Eternal Guard. No problem about that. But this blob here, I think, highly favours the Wood Elves. I think it highly favours the Wood Elves. That's why we have trapped in the Wild Riders. Shutting down this elite cab is going to be super important on the Balance of Power. But Hagbane Tip's going to be shooting through here up against the Cohort Zotek, as they are going to be chasing off the Glade Guard with the Starfire Shafts. Just pop, shall not die, and they should be able to push through quite nicely, even whilst getting shot. So I haven't seen any Manticores yet. Not yet, but it could be soon. The thing is here, you probably got to ignore Orion. I mean, you could just try and punch through Orion. He does have physical resistance, I believe. I think it's something like 10 or 20% physical resistance, but the magic here will definitely punch through using the Sacred Coxagores, and the ROR, which I don't think we have, actually has Armor Sundering as well, which is not super important when you fight up against the Wood Elves, as Orion only has 30 armor, but it still will reduce it to 0. It all helps in the end, you know, every little helps in that. Yeah, this is super tight. This is super close. I just don't know. The Sacred Coxagore have Rampage, and they're just going to be fighting up against the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. Earthblood going down on those as well. Sacred Coxagore will break. They're really going to have some assistance here from the Red-Crested Skink. He will be coming through. Maybe try and see if he can help as well. What's going on here? It looks like there was definitely a cast going down from the Skink Priest. Didn't see what he was about. Didn't see what he did there. Maybe it didn't actually go off. But in comes the Red-Crested Skink Chief, and he's going to be trying to help do some good damage up against the Wild Riders. Yes, the Wild Riders are going to get away, but they've certainly taken some damage. But what the hell they're going to do about these Glade Rider Hagbane Tips, I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do. Ducky really needed to keep some, maybe the Colossal Hunters won't do anything. They definitely needed the Fire Leech Bowlers to take those out. But I think Hagbane Tips are perfect counters. Over here on the left, we are going to see the Wild Hunters, the Wild Riders, and the Wild Hunters of Kurnos just going to be going together here, just trying to snipe out all units of Chameleon Skink Cohorts, and all Sacred Coxagores. They do have, I think it's 20% physical resistance. So Sacred Coxswords actually aren't too bad in this matchup because you just have so much, 20% physical resistance. So they can certainly punch through pretty hard. But what's going on here? So it looks like everything in their grandma's been thrown in here at the table. You're going to be having broken units left, right and centre due to the terror of Orion. But Orion has been royally slapped. He's going to be down to 700 HP. Trying to snipe out Orion is certainly painful. Might be able to do it here. The Red Crested Skin Chief, if he can come in and maybe have a nice swoop down on Orion, he might be able to do it. But Orion is healing, which is a bit of a shame. He's going to have the Cloak of Isha. It is going to be going down. And we are going to have the Glade Guard with the Hagbane tips coming back into poison and push off, which is going to be really important here, the Skink Priest of Beasts. We're not going to be seeing any transmutation of Godons, and very, very weak units of Sacred Croxagore are going to be leaving the battlefield. Rampaging here from the Sacred Croxagores, they will be coming back. A charge in here to maybe try and see if you can snipe Orion. I don't know if it's possible. If he does manage to get his ability off, looks like he's not, he's going to get terrified. I think that's going to be GG's here. Very, very well played to the winner player with Stormrunner. And let's have a look. Orion, 2,500 damage value. Some good work from him for sure. 255 for the Branch Wraith with some very, very clutch heals. And 600 there. And 380 for the Dryads. 150, 280, and 770 for the Eternal Guards with shields. 640, 330, 280 here from the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. 1,080 for the Wild Riders, and 1,600 here from the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. 930 and 760 from the Glade Guard Hagbane tips, and these had more ammunition and full health to give value there for charging at the end for sure. Interesting battle. I think Ducky here wanted to have a little bit of a, not quite a meme, but didn't want to come with the regular sort of matchup where you just go mash skirmish on both sides and basically you just win as the Lizardmen because you can just out skirmish them. They're very good counter skirmishes. So yeah, interesting battle overall. Nothing there from the Fire Leech Bowlers. 1,000 from the normal Pterodons though, which is quite interesting. 1.1 from the Colossal Hunters. 1.3, nothing, and 800 here from the Sacred Croxagores. 400 here from the Skink Cohorts. Fortunately, the cohort of Sotek really struggled. Could have been used in that nice blob. That would have been excellent there for the poison and AP. But 1,300 from the Saurus Warriors with shields, and 1,200 from the second unit, 540 from the Skink Priest, and only 250 here from the Red Crested Skink Chief. So interesting stuff. The Braid Herd is here indeed. Curse of Ryan and inability to be invincible. It's true, Mel Gibson is invincible at times. Even though he got nerfed, he's certainly invincible at times for sure. GG's and welcome, dude. Welcome, dude. So that's going to be 1-0 here to game 1. So Warhammer 1 will be 1-0 up here, up against Warhammer 2. Very interesting stuff. GG's indeed. GG's. How is everybody doing today? Yeah, I think there was the overcasted. Apologies. I think there was the overcasted Flock of Doom that stopped that summon from coming out. Yeah, there was some really sad dinosaur noises there. It was a bit of a shame, unfortunately. Right, looks like we're just going to be waiting for Cap to tell us. Not too sure where Cap to tell us is. Let me send him a message. So hopefully Captellus can join us nice and quickly. Alright. Let's put up a nice screen blocker until we're ready. Let's try that one. Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. It's a pretty cool screen blocker until we're ready. How are we all doing? How's everybody doing today? Hope we're all having a fantastic day. It's just a coincidence that the first 4 players are DBD. Well, I mean, all of you guys requested to play first, and actually it was a complete... I did everything randomly, and actually all of you fell randomly together, which was... I don't know if that's a bit annoying or convenient for you guys. I really don't know. But that's how it went down, yeah. Right. So, for the next one... So we are going to be fighting up on Oakenhammer next. So let's get that nice and set. Oaken Hammer indeed has been set. Papa Palpatine knows who he's playing against, so he can prepare his army. How you doing, Void? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh, you like the skill? You like the Screen Rocker, do you, Parker Ritter? Good, I'm glad. Or Steel Bonnet, I should say. I can't remember who this one came in from. Oh, this one came in from Caradoc. Caradoc liked this one and wanted to see it on the channel. If anybody does have any cool artwork they do want to show on the channel, feel free to go onto my Discord there, which will be in the description, and you guys can check not only out all of the other tournaments we're going to be doing here on the channel, but you can also leave your artwork here for me to show on the channel, which is quite cool. Congratulations on your 300 followers, bro. Thank you very much, Void. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I hit 300 yesterday, which was really cool. It was really cool. I'm very, very happy. This is a really cool screen blocker. I think this is these are the 4 heroes of the Empire, right, from Marcus Wolfhart, I believe. Can't particularly see it too well. I've got a very, very small screen that I can see it on. So, I'm just waiting on Captellus. So it appears that Captellus is not online. He did know the tournament was today. So we'll have to see what's going on. If not, I might have to call forth another champion. We did have some up here. Let me find out. We had some other champions that were ready to go from the High Elves. So I might just see if somebody else wants to play. Oh, right. Looks like I'm going to have to find somebody to fill in, so give me a moment. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. That's interesting. We are the Dark Horde here today. We are indeed. We are all the Dark Horde. We are representing strong. So let's see if... Okay, so... Okay, I haven't heard anything. Oh, I like that picture, Zypher. I like that picture a lot. I think I actually put that on a recent video, but we can show that a little bit later on. Okie dokie. Alright, I'll put a few feelers out. We might have to play another one whilst we're waiting. This is a bit unfortunate. Let me have a look who's next. Alright, so we have Talcor and Dilatron next. We'll have to play those guys first because I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happened to Captellus. Alright, looks like somebody is on the way. Cool. Okie dokie. Sorry guys, I missed all the chat. Where is Jay when you need her? She likes high elves. Yeah, how you doing, for Poland? How you doing, buddy? I'm not sure. Maybe he might have been having, yeah. I think Mr. Caradoc is on the way. Ah, yeah, I'm going to have to kick Dilatron. Let me get Caradoc in. You're not online for me, Caradoc. So I can't invite you. Ah, there we go. Might be able to find him now. Ah, there we go. Sweet. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, so we've got this next game going. So we're going to be having Beastmen playing up against Nagarites. So the reason I picked Nagarites is I think high elves against up against Beastmen. It's a pretty nice matchup for both sides, but Nagarites also has some really cool. You are a little bit limited to only having one lord, but at the same time with a Lithanar. But at the same time, you have some really cool other entities you can bring in. You have some nice range units you can certainly bring to the table. So it should be quite fun. Oh, sorry, I realise you can't see that I'm typing to them, but yeah, that's alright. So, he'll be representing Nagarite now up against, so it should be quite fun. But what you can bring from Nagarite is you can have some really, really cool units, such as Shadow Walkers. The Shadow Walkers are quite cool. They're pretty expensive, but what they do is they have poison melee attacks and poison missile strength, and they also have Stalk, which is quite nice. And if you take that into consideration for the same cost as Sisters of Avalon, Sisters of Avalon have some good AP, but they don't have Stalk. They have the same range, but they have fire and magic damage. So you can kind of take either or, and they're all pretty good. They're pretty good. They got they got 40 melee attack as well, and they're bonus first infantry, and they're also anti-infantry. So they're pretty good in general. No. So Beastmen were always up against High Elves, but it was going to be High Elves with Nagarites. So Caradoc's going to be stepping in for Captelos, because Captelos is not here, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. But how's everybody doing today? Hope we're all doing well. I think once this little bit is settled out, the next game, let's have a check in here. So the next game will be... We'll be having Chaos up against Dark Elves with Talcor as the Dark Elves. We're having Dilatron as the Chaos. So it should be a pretty interesting game. But we're 1-0 at the moment for the Warhammer 1 faction. So it should be pretty fun. And Papa Palpatine for sure is a very, very good expert here for... J Phoenix is a she. Interesting. Yeah, J Phoenix is a she, yeah. Yeah. Her, she. Yeah. There's quite a few. There is actually quite a few, to be fair. And quite a lot of them are very good at this game, actually. Quite a lot of them. All of them have all of the lovely ladies of the Warhammer world I've met have cleanly swept the floor with me. How we doing, Mr. Jellyfish? How we doing, well, buddy? Nice to see you here today. And everybody that is here, I try not to say this too often, but it's if you do enjoy any of the content, please feel free to subscribe and maybe join the Discord so you can see all of the awesome content coming forward. And also like this video if you do enjoy this particular tournament as well, and you'd like to see more of it. It's a good way of letting me know that you enjoy it, and it's a good way of letting me know that the content that you would like to see more of. So we've got a pretty cool build here from Papa Palpatine. I won't say anything just yet, but yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty standard. It's going to be difficult to deal with for sure. I think this is a pretty 50-50 matchup, and I think it's normally 55-45 the higher favour, I believe. But if with Nagarythe and being pretty limited, they still have like lots of mages they can bring and stuff. You're just limited on the legendary lords you can bring, so you basically can't bring Alarielle and just like heal spam. So you have to think about it just a little bit more. But yeah, I think this is pretty 50-50. This is one of the closest 50-50s we've got there, along with maybe Tomb Kings and Dowie. So it looks like Papa Palpatine is ready. How much you pack in, Logic? Yeah, no worries, Stormrunner. No worries. No worries. Well played on your first victory. How you doing, Rankin? What do you mean, how much you pack in, Logic? What does that mean, bro? LOL, be gone, Slanesh. Not particularly sure what that comment means, or not too sure what you're trying to get at there, but right, let's have a little look. Both the boys are chatting. I will try. Okay, probably a matchup that some of these boys aren't too familiar with as well, but I tried, most people that are playing today, I tried them to get them to use their mates. I had a guess. I think it's a not safe for streaming content. Well, that's okay. Alright, so. The answer is enough, though. Right, someone is excited for Slanesh. Indeed, indeed. Far too excited. So, going through to game 2 here, and we'll be having Beastmen up against Nagarythe, and with some quite interesting builds. This is going to be quite the micro-intensive game for sure. Let's pop in here with a nice cool black Nagarythe. These guys do look awesome, to be fair. Silver Helms here with the shields in the front line. 2 units of those. Make that 4 units of Silver Helms. Very good with that 90 armor and 78 speed. And then we're having some Illyrian Reaver archers. The 90 speed from them, pretty exceptional. And 2 units of Illyrian Reavers at 90 speed as well. So it's like we have the double over here, and there should be 2 more over here as well. But it looks like he did go with the Heralds of the Wind. So the Heralds of the Wind are the fastest skirmish cavalry in the game, 105 speed. Very, very quick indeed. So then alongside the Illyrian Reaver archers are going to be very good at dealing with all sorts of Centicles with throwing axes. We're also going to have the double Tyrannok chariots. Tyrannok chariots do have some good missile strength there. 165 range as well, so absolutely no joke. And with magic ammunition, bonus versus infantry there on the chariots for the weapon strengths, with the double of those. With the Archmage in the sky here on top of what I think... Is that a Moon Dragon? Or is that a... Let's have a look. Breath of Sound. Strong against a single unit. Yeah, it is a Moon Dragon, yeah. So, Shem's Burning Gaze, Net of Amantog, and Arcane Conduit. I really wonder what determines the dragon for each individual caster, because each individual caster has different dragons. I'm not too sure like what determines that by law, but yeah, it seems to be very different there. So, quite a nice build over here. And for the Beastmen, and one of the most experienced Beastmen players in the game, Papa Palpatine, will be having some Goreherds with shields in the front, and 4 units of Ungol Raiders here. Very good with that Stalk. In the sky, we'll be having some nice Harpies, and some more Goreherds. I think there was the ROR as well here. Yes, we were having the Blackhorn Ravagers. Very good for that Rowdy, and therefore the perfect Vigor. We'll be having some Razor Gore Chariots here. Looks like 2 units of those. 4 units of the Centaur Throwing Axes. 95 speed when they get going. And it looks like we have some Ungol Spearheads with shields here in the middle. We are going to be having Malagor the Dark Omen today. He's very good with all of those nice spells, including... Oh, he's going to be having Savage Dominion for those Cygor summons, and Viletide with Unholy Power. So I kind of like Viletide, and I really like Brave Scream as well. I think both of those two can really rack up some good damage value, and could make for quite an interesting game. But I think Viletide's going to be very good at dealing with this lightly armoured skirmish cavalry. So it's going to be quite a difficult one for the Beastmen, I think. There's going to have to be lots of manoeuvring here, and you can't really push too hard here with the Uncle Raiders. They're certainly going to need some assistance. There's going to be lots of micro involved, and so the Harpies are going to be dropping. So Tyrannoc Chariots in the middle, they are going to be firing here into the nice large Centaurs, and they won't be missing too much, because pretty large hitboxes here from these boys. So nice and early out the gates, 165 range is no joke. And here from the skirmish archers, 140. You're only going to be having 80 range here. No, 70, I beg your pardon, from the Centaurs. Centaurs have immediately charged in. There's a bit of a micro mishap here from Caradoc. Lots of micro himself as well. So a big charge at the top coming in from the Silver Helms up against the Gorehordes with shields. Nets going down here on the Centaurs with throwing axes. And maybe a nice breath attack here from the Moon Dragon. Well, nope, looks like he's going to hop down and get busy, but one chariot has been pinned in, and looks like it is going to be getting the absolute beasting here from these Centaurs, so some nice work in there. And it looks like we're certainly going to be a summon here, so it looks like the cycle summon is going to be coming through, and over here on the right we are going to be having some Goreheads fighting up against some Silver Helms. Good charge there, very, very good damage, and they came out with such little damage, but they will be getting some shots in the back here from the armor-piercing Centaurs. Centaurs are going to be getting shot in the flanks by the Illyrian Reavers and the Heralds of the Wind, so some good AP on top of those. Only 35 armor for the Centaurs, but these boys do have 95 speed and are no joke. But they are going to be very needed here to deal with the Archmage of Light. No healing for the High Elves today, so it should be a pretty close affair. Coming in here, looks like we are going to have the Tyrannoc Chariots coming in for the nice charge up against these Ungors. These Ungors are not particularly great in combat. They're no joke either, but certainly they're going to struggle here. One has been pinned in. This could be perfect if we get the Ungor spears in. Looks like they're coming with bow ties. A nice charge from the Centaurs. Should be able to pin that one in and hopefully get some good value there for sure. Flying behind the sky, the Archmage has lost about 2,000 HP. Going to be hitting a little bit low here. And we have a shattered Illyrian Reaver unit. Lovely breath attack here down into the back end side of the double Centaurs, doing some good damage value there. Balance power pretty even. This is going to be 1.2 here for the Beasties and 388 for the High Elves. Charging in the back here, it looks like these Illyrian Reavers are going to be breaking the Centaurs, and they should be able to push them off quite effectively. Also shots here coming from the Tyrannoc Chariots. That's going to be one of the very tasty 4 units going down here for the Centaur throwing axes. Harpies are going to be going down as well. Harpies are no joke, 82 speed from them, and they should be able to catch up against Silver Hounds and all sorts of skirmish cavalry as well. Just get them pinned in and shove some Harpies down their throat for sure. Over here on the right, looks like we have lost some Ungor Raiders, but in the trade, we did lose some Illyrian Reaver archers for that trade. So very good there, very cost effective from the Beastmen. Looks like we do have some Centaurs that should be able to kindly escort them off the edge of the map, but looks like they're not going to do so. And we have some Silver Helms, 2 units coming back in from the periphery. Some shots going down up against the Archmage. The Archmage is going to be down to 3.5, getting shots here from all sorts of Ungor Raiders. Just not enough here to protect the Archmage in the sky. She could probably get down and dirty here and start dealing with some of these units. Tyrannoc Chariots. Oh, nuts. Viletiide going to go down here. It's going to damage a lot of the Ungor Raiders. And a breath attack. Was that a breath attack? I don't know if that my eyes deceived me. But yeah, going to be lots of damage there going down on the Ungor Raiders. Tyrannoc Chariots. Looks like going to be down to 2.4k health. So they're pretty healthy at this point. But the other one here is going to be struggling, 1.6 for 3 models. Managor's super healthy though, and that's really going to help with the balance of power for sure. Harpies are just going to chase here up against the Archmage at Light. Only 60 armor for her. These Harpies have some pretty good AP considering, but they are very expensive. They're about 600 there for that nice anti-skirmish. Looks like we have some Ungor Raiders here. They are going to be crisscrossing a little bit each other. This can happen in battles. It's a little bit of a shame here. A nice good spell here from the Archmage. Doesn't have any sort of damage of effect area spells apart from Shems. Shems though could be pretty decent at maybe just trying to snipe out Malagor or something like that. But you could get some chariots coming in now. This is going to be a little bit painful here. There's just not as much thickness here from the Beastmen anymore, and lots of charges can go down, and the chariots can be able to get out just that little bit easier because most of these forces aren't as thick as they used to be. But that Blackhorn Ravagers are looking pretty dangerous at this time of the game. Viletiide going down again, really smashing here up against the Illyrian Reavers and the Silver Helms, doing some good work there for sure. And we've forgotten the periphery here. So we have 1 unit of Centaur throwing axes are getting shot here by some Illyrian Reavers, and we have a nice healthy unit of Ungor Spearmen at the top. We do have some Silver Helms chasing up against the Centaur throwing axes. Centaur throwing axes should be able to shoot into them quite comfortably, but they're also going to be getting shot in here by the Tyrannok chariots. They have been broken and shattered. That's such a shame there. That last bullet there really taking care of them. The Ungol Raiders have been broken. Second unit have been pushed onto. They need to keep these alive, although there's nothing that can really shut down and keep this dragon at bay. The dragon is really just trying to keep away from these harpies. A nice net going down on them, just making sure they can't keep chasing this nice big moon dragon. The pocket of the Beastman is going to stay nice and tight now. It really needs it here. It's going to lost a lot of its numbers, and the mobility is certainly going to be favouring the High Elves. So now they're out of ammunition, the Heralds of the Wind are going to be fighting in combat. They're going to be fighting against anti-large and also some nice Black Hole Ravagers that will constantly be fresh thanks to that rowdy ability, giving them an increased leadership and also perfect vigour. It's going to be very good there for sure. And that charge going down here on top of the Ungol Raiders is where you could get the Harpies involved, but the Harpies are just going to be chasing this dragon. They don't care about anything else. Shots going up against the dragon as well. Balance of power here pushing into the Beastmen's favour. Beastmen have played very well, keeping this nice and tight. And, you know, it's very, very good here, and I really like the way that Papa Palpatine plays this. He's a very good expert at how to play the Beastmen, even in its current stage in this meta. So here the dragon is going to come down, try and see if he can wipe out some of the Harpies. I don't think he wants to stay around too much, because there's nothing really here to support that dragon. There's going to be some really unnecessary damage up against these Harpies, and that on the balance of power is going to be much higher than it probably is worth its cost. Black Hole Ravagers are going to be pushing out. No, looks like they're going to stay nice and tight. Oh my god, we have a very expensive unit of Valyrian Reavers that have been left in the pocket there. Just in this back right hand corner by Caradoc. They could be very handy in this stage of the game. Balance of power is starting to pull back to the middle though. Some nice cycle charging here coming up against the Beastmen. Silver Helms here going to be down to 600 HP, 7 leadership, very close to breaking. A nice Vile Tide there. Maybe cast just a little bit off to the side, not going to quite get the value it was hoping for, and looks like we could lose the last unit of Ungol Raiders. We do have the dragon going down, maybe trying to cause some terror here up against these Spearheads. The Spearheads could certainly come in and do some good work, and looks like we have netted the chariot, so good net on the chariot. 3 models left for 1.7. Tyrannok's here going to be, Illyrian Reaver Archer is going to be 14 models left. They're very, very close to wavering. This dragon can certainly deal some good damage up against these 3 models. But in comes Malagor. No, looks like Malagor isn't going to be able to help. That dragon is going to get away. This just needs to stay as tight as possible. Just see if he can weather the storm, really. It's going to be very difficult at this late stage of the game. Anything that does break away from this pocket is just going to get cleaned up by all of this cavalry, for sure. Tyrannok Chariot has broken, so that's good. That will allow these Ungol Spears to get back in. Looks like they are chasing off a shattered unit of Tyrannok Chariots as well. So it's going to be the dragon and a few skirmish cavalry with no ammunition here to the end. I just don't know. Oh, looks like he has noticed them. He has noticed the Illyrian Reaver Archers in the corner. That's going to be so handy here. Should allow him to maybe see if he can shoot up against the Harpies or just start poking here at this middle pocket. What's going down here? This looks like Arcane Conduit going down. And it looks like the target, it's going to be a net here. Oh no, it's a net on the chariots. Is that going to be a Shems going down? Oh, did the Shems just hit the tree? I think the Shems just hit the tree. That's such a shame there. But it looks like, yeah, so 2 units of horse archers left and 1 here with actually having ammunition. Then they're just going to be shooting here in the pocket. Just make sure they keep shooting up against the Ungol Spears with shields. So it's going to be a really tight affair here towards the end. Looks like they have broken the Illyrian Reaver Archers. Can they shatter them here? They kind of need to. If they can shatter them, then they can get back to this tight unit and keep near these trees. Good luck, have fun, and I really like that from both sides. A very, very good sportsmanship. Now we do need to keep some units close to Malagor. Malagor can get absolutely slapped by this Moon Dragon if you're not careful. But the Moon Dragon also has to be very careful where it lands. It does not want to get pinned in by the heavy chariots, and also doesn't want to get pinned in by these Harpies, because then it will be game over almost instantly. So very good push out here using the Ungol Spears. They will break, but it has stopped them from firing for now. Another net, so that's more winds and magic going down and pinning these very, very annoying Harpies, and they are going to be shooting into the sky to get them. That is going to call the 4 Beastmen to come over and deal these Illyrian Reaver Archers. And what's going to be left here on the battlefield? I don't think we're going to see these Illyrian Reaver Archers back. -9 and no ammunition, but 25 leadership there. So Vile Tide here. Yep, still looks like it's going to be 45 models here. This unit here being left out for so long is so painful, but it looks like here we are going to be having... So they can find what's moving, and they only have 82 speed here from the Harpies. Oh, the dragon's on the floor. I think the dragon's been caught. The dragon has been caught. This is a big shame for Caradoc. The dragon will go down in the middle, and it might be able to break a lot of these units, but they will get +4 from Malagor, but it will be -8 here from the dragon. You need to keep cycle charging using your chariots, so that's some good cycle charging there. Just make sure you keep hitting this dragon, stop it from flying away. It's taking truckloads of damage here. It's a bit of a shame here. That dragon might break, and if that breaks, I think it will be immediately game over. It's so hard to say, though. I don't think this dragon can get away. What's going on here? Arcane Conduit's gone down. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get a net, maybe. A net might be really handy. It needs to net these chariots, for sure. So looks like we can get the Illyrian Reaver archers to come in and maybe try and see if you can take a charge and allow the dragon to get out and then move out the south, because the Illyrian Reaver archers will be much faster to get away. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's a very nice charge there. That is going to allow Caradoc to get away, but that's loads of damage they're taking. Lost 5 models, and you can actually see balance of power moving. If they can take care of these chariots, it's going to become a lot less dangerous. The dragon has gone in again. It's super dangerous, this. Shots coming in from the Illyrian Reaver archers, and they can just keep cycle charging as long as they shoot him. Looks like they have terrified the Razorgore chariots, and looks like the objective of the dragon is to keep cycle charging, keep terrorizing, and then allow the Illyrian Reaver archers to go around the pocket here and keep shooting and try to push them off the edge of the map. It's going to be a difficult contest here. So we'd have a nice healthy unit of Ungol Spears coming back in. That's going to be over half health. These boys are going to be having rocking about 37 leadership, so they should be able to fight for a good duration of time. Blackhorn Ravagers, maybe try and see if they can come over here and help with the Illyrian Reaver archers, but they really can't chase here, and they're super trying to protect this chariots. I don't know if they can. They're going to be -1 leadership, 2 leadership. Maybe they can stabilize. I don't know, but I think the Harpies are certainly going to break on impact. Yep, so they weren't shooting the Harpies, means they weren't shooting the Razorgore chariots. So 4 leadership for the Razorgore chariots, but it will go down the closer these Illyrian Reaver archers come. And unfortunately, this box is going to stay nice and tight now. I think you have to accept you've lost this. Get your spears back. I think you're going to lose your spears for that engagement as well. But Malagor is super healthy. That is the advantage here. So it's super tight here between these guys. So it looks like we've had a GG in from Papa Palpatine. I don't necessarily think it's over yet. If you can chase off these 2 units, these 4 might really struggle because they're very close to being... They could be terrorized here by the Archmage. She still has 1.4k health left. Malagor could certainly have a Vile type, but that's not going to do anything against the dragon, but it might do some good work up against the Illyrian Reavers. There's little to no ammunition left, so 1 volley left from these. So they have to be ready to use them at the correct moment, and you probably want to shoot the Blackhorn Ravagers. You probably want to get as much value up against those as possible. They will be going to increase leadership as well as perfect vigor, which means basically that's also going to keep leadership as well, because then they're not going to be losing that due to being exhausted, and they're the ones that are certainly going to do some good damage. So it looks like that unit has totally been wiped out, and this is where the Illyrian Reaver archers come back in. If we have a breath attack, this will be perfect here up against Malagor the Dark Omen. Gets some good damage up against him. I definitely saw 2 breath attacks. I don't think we've seen 3. But we must have done if there's going to be no breath attacks there. So the dragon went in and hit, and it is going to retreat, as we do have a fire here coming from the Illyrian Reaver archers. Can it come in and do some good damage is the question. That's the perfect target there. I like that up against the Blackhorn Ravagers. Looks like 2 models went down there. So that's some good work for sure. That's going to be 2 models that don't have perfect vigor now. So I can see the attack animation did go down from the dragon. It's trying to isolate these units on the outside. Try to see if you can terrify it, get some good damage. These boys need to stay tight together. That's a good free damage there. They will be taking some damage on the way out, of course. It's almost impossible not to. But they must stay tight. These 4 units have to stay on top of each other. Don't chase, just stay in the block. At this point from the attacking rules, they don't have to chase because they're not fast enough to catch anything. So they can stay tight as a blob, and then it comes down to Caradoc to lead the engagement. He can pick the engagement he wants at this point, but these must stay tight. Looks like the dragon is going to come after Malagor. Oh, Malagor. I think Malagor really got away with that. Malagor has only 45 melee defense. I don't know how that didn't hit. 50 melee attack. Okay, yeah, a bit of a coin toss. But no armor as well. That's, yeah, super interesting. Nice charge here for the spears. Spears weren't braced, so they're going to be taking a lot of that punch. But here, going to be down 21 models, 20 models, 19, 18. Yeah, they're taking a big punch here. I think that's just cost the game. They need to decipher and get out. The dragon's in, though. Can the dragon has terrified 1. Could it terrify 2, though, is the question. I don't know if it can terrify 2, and the Black Horn Ravagers needed to be the target. Looks like you've lost your Lyrium Reaver Archers for that. Lyrium Reaver Archers, though, could put around the corner and maybe try and push off the Ungor Spears. Looks like they've broken 2 by terrifying them. Ah, yeah, and there we go. It's down. Whoa, that was super, super close. That was a really, really awesome game there between these two. That was really, really cool to watch. 1.3k damage value for Malagor the Dark Omen. 400, 500, 700, and 1,200 here for the Ungor Spears, as well as 640. Really, really good stuff for such a cheap unit that is very easily terrified. We also got only 28, 200, and 1,200 for the Black Horn Ravagers. Something that's really underrated is that Rowdy trait, given that +4 leadership, and also the perfect vigor. It's really, really nice in those late game situations such as this. 350, as well as 560, 620, and 380 here for the Ungor Raiders. The majority of their damage here was on top of the Archmage of Light. Also getting 900 and 280 here for the Razor Gore Chariots. 177, 480, 900, 250, and 355 for the Harpies. The Harpies was such a pain in this matchup for Caradoc for sure. 1,400 damage value for the Archmage of Light there on top of the Dragon. 485 and 66 for the Illyrian Reavers. And here for the Silver Helms, we had 740, 1,200 for the normal Silver Helms, 740 and 380. For the Illyrian Reaver Archers, 810, 101 kills here for 1,052, 106 for 780, and 113 kills for 723 damage value. Here from the Tyrannoc Chariots, we got 1,080 for 84 kills, and 1,026 for the second lot. So very, very well played here to Mr. Papa Palpatine. Let's have a look at what they're saying. There are more Warhammer factions than Warhammer 2. Impossible to kite here with Shadow Walkers. How did it happen? Alright, so I'll message Caradoc as well. Guys, what an awesome match there. Fantastic stuff. What was that, buddy? Sorry, I missed a bit in that. Logic, go back. You're right, Nick. Logic, go back to the 90s. Okay. Caradoc Claw gets one shot again. Yeah, it was an interesting build. It took a lot of micro, and it was pretty close. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Beaumont. That would have been really nice to see those guys come up together. So we're now going to be having. Let's see if we can find anybody online. There should be Dilaton. Can't see them. All right, so it looks like let's get at Dill at Tell. Call you up. Alright, so these boys are up. And then next, let's have a little look. We will be having Bobman against Caradoc afterwards. All right. Perfect stuff. Let's have a look. See what we, So what's that about? They need to stay engaged. He can shoot and then cycle charge. Single entities can cycle charge for sure. I didn't see any bad play there. Yeah, it was an awesome game. Oh, Caradog, just to make sure that you understand, buddy, that's not your game. Your game, you're still playing High Elves, so you're still playing High Elves later. But you had to fill in for Cap Tellus just because he couldn't make this one. I thought because you're the High Elf player, I thought it made sense to throw you in on this one. Okie dokie, so... Right, so Dilatron is in. So Dilatron will be playing the Chaos. And of course here we have to have... We have to have the appropriate one. It has to be done. It has to be done. If I can find it. There we go. So we are going to be having Chaos up against Dark Elves. Two more, well, one certainly very evil faction coming up against a faction that's still not known for being very good. Living up near the Chaos Wastes, up in those nice cold mountains. So this seems quite the appropriate map. So we're just going to be waiting here for Talcor. Yeah, I didn't mind the Lightcaster for sure. Like, Shem's pretty good. I just think something there with like a bit of an air effect damage might have been quite nice, or something with some healing for sure would have been good. You could also ask Jay to do it. If Jay wants to play, if Jay Phoenix would love to play, she is always more than welcome as long as Caradoc doesn't mind. I'm more than happy to get as many people involved as possible. Jay always knows she can always pop on this channel and ask to play. That's absolutely fine. Alright, so we're just waiting for Talcor. Ah, he's in. Perfect. Perfect. So we're in. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So let's get a nice picture here. We had some really, really nice ones sent in today, or at least the other day. Was it this one? We just saw that one. There was another one sent in. I think it was this one. Yeah, this is quite a nice one as well. So let's look at this one whilst we're waiting. So, hey, I'm ready. Sorry for the short delay. Yeah, no worries at all, buddy. All right. But yes, yeah, Hank, if you want to ask for me, that's absolutely fine. There's no problem. Right, so that's what we're going to play on Southern Chaos Waste. We're going to have Talcor, and we're also going to have Dilatron, so it should be quite interesting. Should be quite the fun matchup. We'll pop into that in a moment, Complex. We'll pop into that in a moment for sure. I'll go through my ideas as to why I think they're both pretty even. Both sides have got lots of good uses for sure. Alright, so I like this map quite a lot. You certainly, as you can see here, you've got all sorts of terrain. Terrain that can certainly be utilized to your advantage. You have Reaper Bolt Throwers here as the Dark Elves. I think this favours the Dark Elves slightly. Chaos known for having lots of armor piercing. Sorry, having lots of armor, but Dark Elves known for having lots of armor piercing. Now, if you come in with Hell Cannons, Hell Cannons I think are one of the best tools you have as the Chaos to counter factions such as the Dark Elves. I think having a nice Hell Cannon there can really, really help. Bunnies, I think... Are you after this one, buddies? I'm not sure. Oh, no, Caradox after this one, and then I think it's bunnies. Alrighty, so let's hop into it with the Dark Elves. So today, we are going to be having some Dark Riders with shields. Very, very nice there. And it looks like we are going to have some Dark Shards without shields. So no shields there, but still lots of AP nonetheless, making them about 100 cheaper each. So that 400 here can certainly buy you an extra Bleak Sword. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Bleak Swords, 2 units of Scourge Runner Chariot, some of their best stuff in the entire roster. And you are going to be having Rakarth. Now, I love this pick. So Rakarth here will be on top of his Manticore, looking absolutely just amazing. You'll also be having the Beast Slaver, and that's it. Apart from that, just going to be pretty naked. But we are going to have the double Manticore here up in the sky, and we'll also be having the Sorceress of Beasts, which will be having Transmutation of Gadon, her Cloak, and the Flock of Doom. The 2 Scourge Runners, is there any more than 2? Oh no, so 4 Scourge Runner Chariots. So we can see the ROR here today. So the ROR, the Rakarth versions are pretty nice. They also have the poison, but these guys have bonus of large, anti-large, and the armor piercing, which is always pretty cool here in this matchup. Yeah, so really pretty good build here for the Dark Elves. And here from the Chaos, we have 2 Marauder Horsemen. Oh no, sorry, a Marauder Horseman, Marauder Horse Master, and Horsemen. So 2 Horsemen, 2 Horse Masters. We'll be having some Chaos Marauders here in the front. There's like 3 units of those. As well as the Mirror Guard here with Prince Sigfold. So I like Prince Sigfold, but he's very susceptible to getting shot pretty hard here. I mean, also you can't have Sigfold and not have his shiny metal brothers. So the Mirror Guard here are exceptional. The reason these guys are full of mirrors is so that Sigfold can look at himself at any time in the battle to make sure how good he really looks. We're also going to have the ROR Summoners of Rage, which is such a cool unit here. I really love these boys in their nice yellow. They just look so cool. They also come here with a nice Chain Lightning. We'll also be having the Soul of Damnation, which I think is perfect in this matchup, as well as the double Chaos Warriors with Halberds, so perfect there to protect those big boys. Skirmish Cavalry is going to be with on the side, but no Skirmish Cav here except the 4 units of Chariots. Chariots can do pretty well. They are bonus as large, but they have 150 range, which is going to massively outrange the Marauder Horsemen. But as you can see here, we do have the Soul of Damnation, 420 range. When this thing here does pop boom, oh my god, it can cause some damage. What you really need to shut down here, yeah, you need to go after the Dark Shards. Now the thing here with the terrain's going to play a massive pain in the backside here for the Soul of Damnation, really going to affect its targeting. Oh, looks like it just missed there, but it's going to get pretty close between these 2. The Transmutation of Gadon will be going down, which means there'll be 3 Manticores on the field. Now that Manticore does need to come after the Soul of Damnation. I don't see where that Manticore came from. Is that it there? There's 1 Manticore. It looks like there's some Manticore in the back. So lots of damage there going up against the Dark Shards. Already losing 11 mortals. That's really, really important. Looks like you lost a lot more there. 44 now. So it looks like you're going to be losing 24 models. And that's going to be very good. You've now hit that one a lot. Change your target. Move on to the next one. That makes them very susceptible to being beat here. And that's some perfect stuff here coming out of Dilatron. Unfortunately here, the Dark Riders with the shields have pushed on to your backline skirmish, so you're just going to move in your Chaos Warriors out here to help give a nice good screen. Very, very good work there in the pocket. Looks like here the boys of the Scourge Runner Chariots are just going to be shooting here into the Marauders, but they're also going to be shooting in the back here up against the Chaos Warrior Halberds, doing some very good damage up against these armoured boys, and they're exceptional at protecting the Soul of Damnation. So this is where you need to get your Summoners of Rage on. You must protect this Cannon Crew. The Cannon Crew has been taken off, but you're going to have Chaos Dwarves absolutely everywhere. These boys are unbreakable, but this is where you need to pop everything in and just completely slam this Manticore. That looks to be what's happened, and that's some fantastic work. It will open up the pocket though, and will allow them to come after the Sorcerer of Fire. Sorcerer of Fire here will be having Burning Head, as well as the Flaming Sword of Ruin. He needs to pop that Scorn of Shielding on himself though, he absolutely must, but he's also going to be having Fireball, which would be exceptional here at taking out the Sorcerer of Beasts. This pocket's holding pretty well here for the Chaos, but it's starting to fall at the hinges here. It looks like, oh, Rakarth is going to come in. The big boy here with the nice, good Manticore. No poison for him. I thought he normally had poison. Maybe it's just him on a different mount. But Sigvald's coming in, and Sigvald's coming for the slap. Sigvald is certainly no joke in combat. Also having lots of good abilities. He's going to have Auroric Armor. He's also going to be having the... oh, I forgot what that is there, but it's extra AP and damage, I believe. Yeah, so Heroic Killing Blow for the AP and base weapon damage, Stand or Die, Immune to Psychology, and the nice Perfect Vigor, which is always so good for generating units. Now, you do have your cannon here on top of another unit of Chaos Warrior Halberds, which means you're going to get double the value there if you do have to hit this side of the pocket, which can be a little bit painful. So we have Burning Heads. We certainly want to start utilising these very soon, but if the front line's not going to engage, you don't mind waiting. I don't know if there's enough infantry here, though, to really hold off the mass swarm. Oh, that's a really nice burning head in the back. That is a really nice burning head, and that has able to destroy this unit, and it's going to hit the second unit. It's only going to be hitting on the fringes, though, so not enough damage. So most of it's going to be in the middle, and looks like it's going to go through a third unit here. Not doing too much damage, though. It looks like it didn't do any much damage. The actual circle looks like it's just going to be the middle side that's actually going to do that damage. But as you can see here, Prince of Vold is going to be fighting up against the Ferromanticore with some Chaos Marauders. We do have a broken unit of Chaos Horsemen here, the Marauder Horsemen on the outside. And Rakarth and the crew are just going to be trying to swing in, but there's going to be the Summoners of Rage, which are the bonus first large, anti-large, and armor piercing, and they have those magical attacks, so that they're going to be punching through that physical resistance. Skirmish Shadow we can really hit here is really struggling. You have Dark Shards as well as Scorchronic Chariots just shooting here into the Marauder Horsemen. Now, they don't have the most range here with Dark Shards, but he's certainly got 125, which is no joke. It's more than outranges the Marauder Horse Masters. They do have 50 armor, but that's really not going to help when pretty much everything's armor piercing. So it looks like they have broken the Ferromanticore, but it's going to be very even between the two. 450 here for the Chaos and 640 here for the Dark Elves. Another burning head here going down up against the Dark Shards. Not as much damage as I really would have liked to have seen. That's a bit of a shame. I did expect to see a lot more burning head. Maybe I'm not sure what happened there, but that certainly went down all the way midway down the Dark Shards there. I was expecting a lot more work from that. But coming forward to the front here are the Summoners of Rage, and they can just get shot to death here by these Scorchronic Chariots. They only have, I'm not sure what speed the Summoners have got, 64, yeah, they're not going to be catching this. And there's no other way of range. You needed to keep that Skirmish Cavalry alive. It looks like here the Soul of Damnation has gone down, so dealing with these Scorchronic Chariots is going to be painful until that ammunition is gone. You're just going to have to weather the storm, and they are going to delete your elite unit of Summoners of Rage. Here in the pocket, though, it looks like we are going to have a Rakarth fighting up against the Sorcerer of Fire. I think the Sorcerer of Fire is pretty doomed here. I don't think there's anything to protect him. Looks like we are going to be having Prince Sigfold with Flock of Doom down on himself, Stand or Die, etc. going to be holding in the pocket, whilst he's trying to fight here up against the Bleak Swords. In the back here, we do have some Chaos Warriors with Halberds. Get these in the pocket, get them nice and tight, and try and help out. But here, the bonus large, anti-large, and armor-piercing shots from the Scorch Runners are just going to decimate here. So another burning head going down. That's a lot better. That's more what I expected here up against the Dark Shards. Dark Shards only have 30 armor, so burning head should do some really, really great work there. But there has managed to break it. Negative 8 leadership coming out of that as well, and it is going to go back into the pocket and do some damage up against the Bleak Swords as well. Really, really good stuff there. Chain Lightning in the back up against the Dark Shards, so they're going to comfortably avoid that. Damage will still come through here. Oh no, it's gone all the way down the line. That is so unfortunate. Oh, it's going to go away there for the Dark Elves. That was like, I thought it was going to go all the way down the line. That nearly looks disgusting. But it looks like here the Summoner's Rage have been broken, and that's going to be really painful here for the Chaos. It looks like it's going to be Sigfold. Sigfold has broken the Sorcerer Beast and killed her. Fireball actually taking out here up against Rakarth. That was a fantastic fireball. Brilliant stuff. So the Lord going down, the Sorceress going down, and that's going to be leadership map-wide negative 16, and this is where you need to take the advantage. Shut down that foot infantry here with the Dark Shards, get onto them, really take care of them, and then these Scorch Runners have to get busy. Really, really good work here in the pocket, and as we can see, looks like the Dark Shards are going to be in some serious, serious trouble. Looks like one is broken. It looks like here we could be losing the Dark Riders as well. These boys might get terrified. Oh no, it's only fear here from Summoners. I thought the Summoners had terror, but clearly they don't. Looks like here we are going to get the Chaos Warrior Halberds hopping straight onto the Dark Rider. That's some good stuff there. Cycle Charging does need to come through with the Scourge Runner Chariots. This is super close. I don't know who's going to win this. We just have one Summoner left. One Summoner. Negative 1 leadership. This boy can come back. He's got 114 health. And he's going to be juking without knowing he's juking. Apologies. Hiccups. Scourge Runner Chariots here, fighting up against the Chaos Warriors with Halberds. In sustained melee combat, these boys will get absolutely crumped. Yeah, looks like they're going to turn and run. I do not blame them. Looks like here we are going to have the Sorcerer of Fire fighting up against the Dark Shards. Their melee stats are pitiful. Big shots here going down the flank up against the Chaos Warrior Halberds. They have, looks like, one volley left here. We still have some Dark Shards on the periphery. 3 units of a lot of ammunition. One's getting punished here quite hard, but the rest is going to be struggling. I think for the Dark Elves here, it's going to be... I think it's a win for them. It's going to be pretty hard for the Chaos to pull their way out of this at this point. They only have really one strong unit of infantry, and Sigfold versus the world. Sigfold can just get shot apart here. It looks like a burning head is going to be missing up against the Dark Shards. That's a bit of a shame. You really would have probably wanted to engage them or force them to drop and then put the burning head. That really could have finished off those 2 units and maybe help you win the game. But as you can see here, just going to be shooting into the backside of the Chaos Warrior Halberds, keeping them nice and still, just allow that AP to really come through. So it is going to be Sigvold versus the world, and if we've seen anything anywhere, it's that Sigvold can hold down. Negative 10 leadership is going to be map wide due to the Lord dying, so it could really help here up against the infantry. Charge coming in for the Chaos Warrior Halberds, and it does look like Sigvold's coming in for that rear side slap. So Sigvold's going to come in, and there we go. He's going to take out 3 or 4 units in one go, and that is really going to be hurting the Bleak Swords. The Bleak Swords have broken, but we have another unit coming. You know, I just sent waves and waves of my own men at them, and let's see what's going to happen now. I think it's just going to be a bit of kiting here. I mean, Talcor's a very experienced player. I think here you just kite as much as you possibly can. As long as you're not breaking the rules, you keep engaging, it should be pretty good. Good luck, have fun. Let's do this, mate. So that's very nice. I like to see that there. Looks like we have lost the Chaos Warrior Halberds. Bleak Swords are just about holding on. So he has managed to catch up with the Dark Shards. So that's some good stuff there from Sigvold. And, oh, he did manage to get the Summoner of Rage back. This bad boy is going to come in for the strike. Oh, he has 10 health. Yep, he got destroyed there right at the end. And here we go. So Sigvold is going to be just absolutely smashing up against these Dark Shards. These Dark Shards are broken, but they will come back. Balance of Power super even, just showing you how much having your Lord at full health can really benefit. Let's see what we've got here for Sigvold. So Sigvold is going to be having 1,900 HP left of regen. So still a lot to go for him. Plus you've got to get through his 4k health anyway. So you've got about 6k health on him, and there's no way there's enough slap here to push him down quickly enough. Bleak Sworn's certainly going to do it. You could certainly shoot him with the Dark Shards, but you only have limited ammunition. It looks like you're going to have 8 here, 7, and 8 here. So it looks like you've got a combination of some of the region of about 23 shots in total. And he is just certainly going to push off these Dark Shards. He doesn't want 12 ammunition getting shot into his backside. Now, if these Scorchrunners do come in... Oh, actually, that's going to be very good at aiding him. Carnage. But he can certainly slap Chariots up, though. There's no doubt. He's got 70 melee attack. He can punch him. I'll actually turn around, yep. So it looks like he's going to keep chasing. I don't blame Dilatron. Keep pushing this unit off the edge of the map. And they're very, very close. If that one unit goes down, that's actually super, super huge. Looks like some warriors have come back. I'm not sure which ones in particular. So it looks like we did actually have a unit of Chaos Warrior Halberds coming back. And what's this over here? Oh, Chaos Sorcerer. That could be super important. A nice fireball here on top of the Scorcher Chariots can do some good damage. I'm not sure how many we've got over here. So we've got 2 models. So a nice good hit there with the fireball could actually take out a model. But Sigvold is going to be coming after the Dark Shards. And it looks like the Dark Shards aren't immediately going to go off. But they're being trapped in the corner here. Everything's going to be pinning him into a corner, though, so it's going to be super close. I don't know what to expect. It's actually better that he sits near the white line at this point, because then if he does break anything, it will go straight off. But obviously, you've got to be careful of the rules there. Or if he hasn't noticed with the Chaos Sorcerer, a fireball now could be super good. It's like he's going to try and run away as much as possible. Well, actually, the further he runs away as well, the more that the Scorcher Chariots are going to be away from the battle. Yes, they have 84 speed, but it means there's a longer duration of time for them to come back into the battle. So just keep an eye on that. And let's see what happens there. Scorcher and Chariots. Oh, I didn't see what happened there. But it's like there's down to 1 Chariot now. Oh, looks like the Chariot broke. No way. The Chariot broke, but also the Chaos Sorcerer Fire did shatter. So, looks like a trade for trade there. You'd certainly take that there if you're Dilatron. Dilatron has broken the Dark Shards. Dark Shards are certainly going to leave hell here and just shoot straight into the face of Sigvold. Sigvold does have a nice shield with that 55% missile resistance. So as he is running towards them, those shots will be not doing too much value. This is going to be a super tight game, and it comes down to good plays here from Talcor. This is, I think, Talcor's game to lose, for sure. Looks like Sigvold's taking some damage, but he's out healing what the damage that's coming in. That Silver Shield's certainly going to help keep Sigvold facing in the right direction. And those volleys are certainly going to go down and down and down. The infantry's not going to do enough work. The only scary one here is going to be the one on the top. The Bleak Swords can certainly do some work. 61 models, they'll do enough output of damage. But you do have 110 armor for Sigvold. I mean, Sigvold, of course, is the most competitive lord here. Or definitely up there as one of the most competitive lords for the Chaos. Nice big explosion attack there. Could very quickly break the Bleak Swords if you're not careful. Shots are going to be going in up against Sigvold, but with all of this infantry in just a single entity, you're actually going to be shooting a lot of your own infantry.
My bloodlust is waning.
Big hits here going up against the Dark Shards.
I am wasted here.
I think he's just going to try and shoot him as much as possible. So he's getting shot in the back here. Now that will hurt. Getting shot in the back will hurt. As you won't be having that silver shield. And good AP on these dark shards as well. These dark shards will certainly hit you hard. Now Scourge Runners are coming in, and Scourge Runners, if they're not careful, they can take a big punch. I think the Bleak Swords are certainly going to be going down here. They've broken. The unit from behind is going to be dangerous. Continuous cycle charging here from the Scourge Runners is definitely needed. You need to get that nice charge of 40 there with the bonus on top of that weapon strength to certainly get some good damage value. 2 models left here for the Scourge Runners, and shots coming into the flank of Prince Sigvold. Yep, so that's perfect. He needs to face in this direction. He just needs to keep going for the Dark Shards. Keep going, keep going, keep going. They have negative 10 leadership. Just keep pushing them.
Our allies flee.
So he's going to be getting charged from all sides. If he actually breaks the Scourge Runners, that's going to be super, super important. Get rid of some of these skirmish cavalry. No, oh, so they have broke. Oh, no. Oh, they're just about holding on there. Just about holding on. Okay. Scourge Runners certainly doing some damage. Have a look at Sigvold. Sigvold's going to be 1,000 HP left from that regen. So perfect. Once these Scourge Runners aren't there, just make sure you keep pushing onto these Dark Shards. This is really, really good from Dilatron. Dilatron's trying his absolute best here to get the value he can. Looks like he did lose that other Scourge Runner chariot. Big hits here going up against the Dark Shards. And certainly any AP value that does miss Sigvold and hits the chariots is also going to hurt here onto his own units.
Defeat draws near.
Alright, Sigvold's taking a big punching now. 700 left. Not too far off max now. You'll be certainly seeing that coming through soon with the healing cap.
I'm weary of battle.
Bleak Sword certainly took a big punching there as well. Dark Shards are also wavering with him being close. This is starting to get really scary here if you're Talcor. Big hits there up against the Bleak Swords. Bleak Swords have broken. Good. Scourge Runners coming in. If he actually gets a good... Oh, there we go. One chariot down. That's a big punch there. That's a big punch. These guys... Oh, they've broken. They could certainly go off the edge of the map here for sure. -7 leadership. I'd actually chase them. Chase them. Chase them. Keep nice and close. Ensure they go off the edge of the map. But, oh, and actually, no. He's still going to be getting shot. So, actually, no. Maybe this is the best play. Maybe this is the best play. I think we'll see those Scourge Runners back. I think we will. Shatter units of Bleak Sword as well. This is... Oh, another broken Scourge Runner. We have one weak one and one very healthy one. One very healthy. So looks like that other one did come back. Charges here with the Bleak Swords in. Bleak Swords will go down very, very quickly here to Sigvold. Sigvold's healing cap has come in. So it looks like here's going to be 3,400 HP is going to be the top. He's still going to be regenning. Big hits here. He needs big hits on the chariots. Balance of Power is actually pulling into the Dark Elf favor. This is super scary. If you get a route here, it could be a mass route. So you have to be super, super careful.
Weaklings, our allies flee.
Right, so maybe some big hits going down here. 2.9k health for them. Alright. So Dark Shards down to 1 shot here. Certainly getting the maximum. It looks like he's broken some Dark Shards. Dark Shards are going to be running as well. These boys are super weak. But the healthy unit of Bleak Swords are coming in. Some more shots coming. So it's like 1 volley left from the Dark Shards over here. Any charge from these Scourge Runners are certainly going to break them if they get hit just once and they're gone. You need to keep cycle charging this Scourge Runner unit. So big charge coming in here. Nice damage there on top of Sigvold. Sigvold is really putting this into his favor.
Our allies are weak.
Losing Rakar after that fireball was so important. It was so important. I can't state just how important that was. But good value there. Good hits coming up against the Dark Shards. Really wavering these bad boys. They do have 9 leadership. They're just holding. They're just holding. You need to get rid of these Scourge Runners, I think. I think that's the super important bit. Or stay inside, because most of that cycle charge will actually hit up against the Bleak Swords. So he has broken the Dark Shards. He could break a second unit of Dark Shards over here with a nice charge. That should be enough to break them, I would have thought. Big charges coming in from the Scourge Runner chariots. If the Scourge Runner chariots have to stay in combat, that's when you're in trouble. That's when you're in trouble. But you have a nice healthy unit. You have to keep these Bleak Swords alive. So another very weak unit here. This has 2 leadership. I think it could even get close enough, it might break. Dark Shards here, 3 leadership, 8 leadership. Certainly not winning in combat, so I'm not so sure where that's coming from. Good charges here from the Scourge Runners. Pointing to hit the weak one over here.
Our allies are cowards.
Okay, so looks like those Dark Shards have broken. What sort of leadership? -3, so they might come back. Sigvald's, yeah, balance of power starting to come back to even now, so some good cycle charging here from the chariots. Sigvald's going to be down to 2.5k health. He needs to start breaking some of these chariots. Really needs to start breaking them. There you go, that's one broken. That's got one broken. Negative 17 leadership. Okay, I don't think that one's going to come back. Yeah, negative 22. Yeah, we won't be seeing those back. He needs to break these weaker ones here on the right, and there's just going to be one that's cycle charging. Break this Scourger on a chariot on the right, and it is doable. It is doable. That one's going to be pretty weak. Surprised these Bleak Swords are still in. These Bleak Swords, negative 23. Yes, they've broken. It's just about breaking the last unit now. Big hit from behind there up against Big Sigvald. Another nice charge there. Lots of damage coming in. Oh, big hit on the Scourge Runner. Fantastic stuff. That should break them more. Negative 34. I'm surprised they haven't shattered. But there we go. That's going to be those going off the battlefield. What are we talking now? Negative 21. Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing those coming back. Big charge here from the Sword Runners. If you do manage to get a big hit and break one of these chariots, that's super big.
Battle loses its savor.
I think Sigvald might have this. I think he might have it. This is going to be super close. Big hit from Sigvald up against these Bleak Swords. Oh, he got it broken them, which means the Scourge Runners have to stay in. They have to stay in combat. They can't move.
Defeat draws near.
Ah, okay. Ah, it looks like they broke. GG's. Fantastic stuff. That was super duper close. God damn, that was so close. Alright, let's break down into this. Oh my days. Now that was a close battle. So we'll come to Sigvald in a moment. 960 damage value for Rakarth, 190 for the Sorceress, 400 for the Bleak Swords, 300, 180, 600, and 344. 1,900, 1,070, as well as 770 for the Dark Shards. Dark Shards certainly performed. 440 for the Dark Riders, 128 for the Dark Riders. Dark Riders kind of struggled a little bit, but 1,000 here for the Scourge Runners, 1,000, 1,400, and 1,100. Scourge Runners very good in this match. I think it's some of their best units in the game, I think, in my personal opinion. 540 here for the Fair Manticore as well, with a nice Manticore summons here, Flock of Doom, etc. coming through, which was really nice to see. Shutting down here up against the Solid Damnation. Only 630 damage value there for him. But I think the rest of it, protecting the back and really shutting down the Pharaoh Manticore, shutting down Rakarth was really important. 2,000 damage value for the Summoners, showing how great they are. 380, 270, 500, and 230 here for the Lord of Horsemen. 500 for the Mirror Guard, not as much as you would have thought. 620 here for the Halberds, as well as 720. The Marauders 240, 400, and 180. Sorcerer of Fire 1000 with a perfect 360 no scope on top of Rakarth there, shutting him down. And 2,850 damage value for Sigvald, and he still had so much more value to give. So much more value. Oh my god. GG's indeed. Very, very well played. Very well played. So that is actually going to be that's 3-0 now. Sigvald was not taken prisoners today for sure. So it's going to be 3-0 with old against new. Fantastic stuff. That's really, really cool. Or armor always astonishing. I know. It's a super powerful. Super powerful. I didn't see a very cool matchup this one. It is super cool. Most people are saying here, and I would agree, it's probably pretty Dark Elf favoured indeed. But, you know, Sigvald came in with a hammer, man. He was taking no prisoners, and God did he slap. Cheeks were slapped, and yeah, certainly done pretty well. Yeah. That was it, Daily Bones. Yeah, he's correct there. It was just a sub. Yeah, I just needed Caradoc in because I don't know what happened to Captellus. He just wasn't there. So Caradoc's going to be in, and here we now need Bobman. I don't know if Bobman is around. Can't see Bobman here on the friends list, so we'll see if we can send him a message and just say that he's up. Alright, so hopping on to the next one here. So Bobman's in with Caradoc as well, so let's get a big hello there in the chat. Alright, so we're going to be playing here up on... I have to remember which map I put for this. Nope, not that one. Yep, so it's going to be Sword of Torgald for this one. So I hope everybody's enjoying the event so far. Let me know what you guys are thinking so far of the event. It'd be nice to hear some of your thoughts. Are you guys enjoying it? Is it something nice that you guys would like to see a little bit more of this type of thing? Right, let's get up a nice screenshot for you guys. Let's get something nice up in the chat so you have something decent to look at. So we have quite the nice one there of Marathi. Let's get that one up in the chat there. Looking lovely indeed. But GG's for that last game. That was a super close, really fun, interesting game. And after this match, we will be having. Let's double check here. I just always have to double check my matchups, as specific people ask them to be in specific orders. So we will be having. So this is game 5. So it'll be Biblington here. Not Biblington. Oh, it'll be Biblington Dead Bunnies next. Okay, let's tell these guys to chat. Right, looks like Bobman is ready. Looks like Caradoc is ready as well. Let's hop in. Should be quite fun. And this is quite the interesting matchup. So Hyla's up against Bretonia. Certainly some interesting stuff can come from this matchup. I think it's probably... I think, unfortunately, it's probably the worst matchup we have today. I think Bretonia is pretty heavily Bretonian favoured. Because pretty much Bretonia can do what Hyla's can do, but cheaper everywhere, and have poison while doing it. So, yeah, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. Well, put your money on. We have 3-0 for the old factions today. Up against 0 for the new ones. Interesting stuff. Certainly could have gone either way here. I thought the Dark Elves had the last one, but Sigfold said no, not today. Let's pop in here for the very nice Bretonians. We'll be having the Fey Enchantress. Let's get on with her. She's going to be on a unicorn. And for those who don't know, on top of a unicorn, she actually gets 60% magic resistance, which is absolutely disgusting, as well as that missile resistance. She'll also be having the Regrowth, as well as the Earthblood, Arcane Conduit, Fey of the Favor of the Fae, sorry, and Mist of the Lady for that nice effect overall. You're going to see no Dwellers below, which would be interesting. The Hives can certainly box in this matchup for sure. But we are going to have some Foot Squires in the front line, 2 nice bonus versus infantry armor piercing units, with some peasant bowmen in the back here with some pox arrows as well. So lots of Foot Squires here. There's at least 3 units with some nice spearmen at arms here with those shields. And here, this is what's important, so Knights of the Realm, as well as some Knights of the Lion-Hearted. These boys are certainly good-looking bastards. They will be coming here with the Fear, as well as the magic attacks, the bonus large, anti-large, and they are certainly blessed by the lady. Actually not, but they should be. We are going to have the Companions of Quenelle. The Companions are very nice. They will be having that fire resistance, immune to psychology, and they actually have the Blessing of the Lady with the bonus versus large, anti-large, and armor piercing. Right, so Lots of good stuff here from this matchup. Lots of bows and the double paladins here. One coming with Foe Seeker as... Oh, I'm not sure how I like this. For these boys, maybe there's a specific reason this matchup for Deadly Onslaught and Foe Seeker. It might simply be just to help deal up against any nobles, because nobles are pretty good counters against paladins. But the most common pick is to go Paladin here with Guardian, and the other one has the Shield. That's a pretty good combo. But over here, we are going to have the double Arcane Phoenix, and here we go. The box build that I expected. But we are going to have Handmaidens of the Everqueen. Now, I prefer the Nobles because they actually have that ability that gives them 50% range resistance in a 40-meter radius. You won't be having that there for the Handmaiden, but we are going to have the nice Eagle Claw Bolt Throw in the middle. We are going to have Sylvan Guard around the outside, of course. And in the box, we will be having the Pure Main Company. Giving that 15% here up against Alarielle on foot. God, I can't remember the last time I saw a foot Alarielle. But she will be having the Star of Avalon, Arcane Conduit, Tempest, as well as Earthblood, Fair's Protection, the Shield Stone of Isha, as well as the Shield of Safri, and the Life Balloon. We'll be having a few more units as well. Looks like 2 over here in the pocket. Sorry, not in the pocket, over here on the rear, my bad. We'll be having some Illyrian Reaver Archers, sneaky ones there in the back. Well, I'm trying to see if they can get some poke here up against the Peasant Bowmen, shut them down quite early on. So being that there's no artillery here, you normally see at least 1 artillery piece from the Bretonnians in case there is a box like this, because a box like this can be very painful. And the reason the Phoenix is here, you might think, why the Phoenix? Well, it causes terror, it's very good, and the one weakness Paladins do have is terror. They don't have that immune to psychology, but also the fire poos. So when they do engage here, and they engage on the front line, you're going to see all sort of birdie poos come along the front, and whew, they're going to do some damage. I'd assume there to be Question Knights. There is Question Knights, just 1 unit, the Companions of Cornell. Question Knights are good, and they're good up against other cavalry. They're also pretty good up against infantry as well. But if you try and beat cavalry here with the High Elves up against the Bretonnian cavalry, they're cheaper and better. So it's not going to work that way. The only way it sort of works here for the High Elves is go with this box. In my personal opinion, it's the only thing I've sort of seen coming up. So I think there's Arcane Conduit going down here, unless it's just the Noble's going off. I'm not too sure what's going with him. Or maybe it's just Foe Seeker going down. I don't know, but this Noble's doing something. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's playing with himself. But here in the pocket, we are going to have the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower shooting up against the Paladin. This one's certainly got something going on about him. Not sure what's going on about this one in particular, but he's... oh, and there's the phase lighting up as well. But those bonus first large shots here from the Eagle Claws are pretty accurate, actually, to be fair. And if you also get the double Handmaiden of the Everqueen to shoot as well, I think they have lots of armor piercing, and the bonus first large here on the melee attacks as well. So if they do come in, ooh, there's going to be some slaps. So Arcane Phoenix is coming in, really dropping that, really dropping the big ones. But if you carry Doc, you can't forget about those Illyrian Reaver Archers. They're about 10 seconds away now. They're really not going to be affecting the battlefield just yet. But maybe he's just waiting nice and patiently here to get that engagement later on. So Arrow's going to be coming in here in the pocket up against the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. It's only 40 armor here for these bad boys, and that's why you want that 15% missile resistance with one of the nice nobles. They don't really have enough here to trade up against all the Peasant Bowmen. These birdies need to get over and start dropping ASAP Rocky. You need to have as many dropping here as you possibly can. You need to shut down this range and force them to engage the box. Whoa. That damage here on the Eagle Claw. If that Eagle Claw is broken, and that's your only range tool left. You now have to use your Handmaidens to take out the rest. And these birdies need to keep busy. So there was a nice drop there, but it needs to keep going. You need to break these boys off, and you need to stop them shooting your pocket. If they keep shooting here, it's going to get really dangerous, and it could be game over already. So the pocket is going to be moving forward. And that's very hard here when you've got to try and get a bird that can also drop their bombs and also get the box forward whilst getting your Leo Reavers back in there as well. And it's like a really good luck, have fun from both sides. That's really nice sportsmanship there from both of them. And something here that I really encourage on the channel. So really trying here, you need to get micro in from both sides and be as effective as you possibly can. And then once you have dropped all of those nice fire droppings, you can then swoop in and try and get some value. It looks like he is coming in. He has terrified those. Now get out. Don't let yourself get caught. You have some Knights of the Lion Hearted behind you. Get up in the air. They do have 120 speed, so they hopefully shouldn't be caught. But it's like they've been poisoned and he's been caught. No, that's so dangerous. The double Illyrian Reaver Archers need to get in here and help ASAP. Looks like here we do have the Handmaiden of the Everqueen will be fighting in the front line, but in come the Paladins. These Paladins can sure as hell do a good bit of damage. The Pure Main Company going to be helping with that AP here in the pocket. And L'Oreal needs to be getting ready for one of her Nice big over healing over here as well with one of her stars of Avalon. We are going to have an Earthblood going down here in the pockets. And there's a couple of gaps here. If you're not careful, there's a couple of gaps where you can certainly get some cavalry in there for sure. That get into the pocket and really disrupt. One of the Flame 5 Phoenix has been caught. That's really dangerous. He's now caught in Spearman. You now have the 95 speed from the Fae. He needs to try and see if he can get around the back here and try and get into his pocket and then try and fly again. Oh, no. Oh, what's going on? No, he's been caught. He might get a rebirth. He might get a rebirth.
We fighters, royal companions!
Oh, he's going in for the strike though, but they do magic damage. You have 60% negation there for the Fae. So it looks like he's not going to get a rebirth here on one. The other has gone in and it looks like it has been caught. Don't know why they're so slow on the floor. They have 120 speed, but certainly so slow there. But you are going to have a nice Star of Avalon going down on the Pure Main Company, trying to keep as many models alive there as possible. Cycle Charger coming in for the Knights of the Realm. One Flame Fire has gone down. The other one has hit the sky, but my god, it's taken the punishment. Manusbar here into the Bretonian Favor. Lots of Pox arrows coming in here into the pockets. Healing going down. As much healing as possible is needed just to negate all this range coming in. So we have 13 lots there, as well as 11 here. Shots going in the back here from the Alien Reavers. They need to be shooting into the Peasant Pox arrows. And I don't know what's going to take out the Paladins. There's pretty much nothing to take out the Fae. Alariel on foot won't take her out. She has 67 melee defense, but she doesn't stand a chance, I don't think. So it looks like here in the Knights of the Realms, they are going to be getting shot here from the Handmaidens, but the Handmaidens kind of really need to be shooting the Paladins, because otherwise there's nothing really to take them out. They can certainly be getting taken out by Silver and Guard, but Silver and Guard are going to just be swamped by all of this. Looks like here, looks like the Flame 5 Phoenix has been caught on the floor yet again. I think he tried to come in for the swoop to shut down the Peasant Bowman, but he has been caught. It's a bit of a shame. We also have over here on the right, the more Pox arrows coming back in as well. Getting shot on the back here, looks like we are starting to waver with the Peasant Bowman. Balance power is pretty close to even, but not super close. Oh, this Flame 5 Phoenix is getting crumped. Are we going to get that 50% chance here? Is the coin toss going to be in the favour? Oh, it is. So we are going to have the big favour here. Fantastic. So the Flame 5 Phoenix did break, but it got the healing. So you need to come out here and save it. It got its healing. You need to come and save it because it's broken and it will get pushed off in its current state. No, it looks like that's going to be a bit of a waste, unfortunately. It's not going to be able to get away. It's getting shot by the Pox arrows. It's going to be slow and it's going to be taking that value. That's a shame. But here in the middle, we are going to start losing some Peasant Bows. You now need to chase them off. Get both your horses and chase them off. Force them off the battlefield. Do not allow them to come back. And you just got to hope this box holds. You've got to hope this box holds. Alariel needs to keep healing. She needs to keep getting Fair's protection in as well. Just get that extra defense if you possibly can. Looks like the star is going down. So the star has gone down. Now you need Fair's protection. Protect them whilst they're getting that healing. Maintain as many models as you possibly can. And make sure you keep holding that front line. Coming in here is going to be the double paladin. And they've certainly got a free route through here if they want it. There's only one long line of Silver and Guard. That's not going to be enough to take a charge here for some horses. So looks like some Knights of the Realms are going to be charging here. Maybe charging to Silver and Guard. They are braced. There's quite a thick model here. Full health as well. So, pretty dangerous there. Overcast and Earthblood going down as well on top of the Spearmen and the Foot Squires. And over here in the background we are going to have Spearmen at Shields getting shot by the Illyrian Reavers. The Illyrian Reavers need to come take care of the Foot Squires, I think. So it looks like the Fae as well as the Double Simps are going to be coming after Illyrian Reavers, but Illyrian Reavers are going to be able to back off there quite nicely, and they just need to ensure, maybe they can try and shoot the Companions of Quenelle, maybe try and see if they can push those guys off. Balance of power is pretty even, but it's just going to be spears left. It's going to be spears with the double Handmaidens and the Alariel. Alariel does have 67 melee defense, so she's going to be pretty hard to hit. You only have spears left here, and the double paladin. I mean, the double paladin with Fae as well, with that the Mist of the Lady is going to be really important. Just that damage over time is going to be super painful, and the later stages it will really pay dividends. It looks like here we are going to have the Illyrian Reavers, maybe trying to see if they can rear charge the Companions of Quenelle. Yeah, the charge is going to be going in. Big hit there. The Companions, if they don't break them immediately, the Companions will win. So it looks like they didn't break them immediately, which means the companions will more than likely win this engagement. They're going to be down to 460 against 460. Yeah, so that engagement has been won by the companions. The ones in the back are maybe trying to see if they can rear charge the spearmen. And it looks like, yep, so it looks like Arcane Conduit going down for the Fae. But the Fae's not going to be large, so the bonus is large anti-large here from the Paladins. Not going to be too beneficial for them. But only 300 weapon strength here from Alarielle.
The lady's blessing is lost!
The female company will also be given that 15% physical resistance. She really needs a heal here if she possibly can. Charging coming in here from the Knights of the Realm. Shots going down against the Foot Squires. Another unit of Foot Squires coming in as well. You got Spearman arms on the side. Looks like the companions of Quinnell are going to be chasing off a shattered unit of Illyrian Reaver archers. Nice charge here coming in up against the Foot Squires. Foot Squires going to be all over the place. And then a second charge coming into a second unit of Foot Squires. Just trying to really break up this attack animation and give your boys over here with the spears as much chance as they possibly can. Balance of power now starting to really pull into the Bretonnian favour. I don't know what they have to deal with the Fae. I really don't know if they do have. Charges here coming from the Knights of the Lion-Hearted. They are super healthy. They need to be stuck in combat up against some Silvering Guard to really poke them down to size. But there's some really nice total charging. They're not thick enough anymore as unit sizes, and they're going to be certainly taking down some good amounts of Silvering Guard. Some shots still coming in for the Handmaiden of the Everqueen. She can get in here and do some good work. She can certainly get some shots off and take some models of the Knights of the Lion-Hearted. But the Paladins, one of them is going to be close to healing cap, which is going to be the one here without Guardians.
Get stuck in!
You need to get the Silvering Guard close. You need to get in and you need... Oh, big hit on Alarielle. That might have called it, I think. That was a big hit from that Paladin. So the companions are massively far out. We need to get these Illyrian Reavers back in. You need to cycle charge and see if you can blockade these Knights of the Realm. They're getting some tremendous value here. Those Lancers are dropping, and my god, they are destroying this infantry here with the Silvering Guard.
There is unease!
Courage has failed us!
Yeah, so that looks like it's going to be army losses, and well played. This was another very, very close affair, and my god, it was a super awesome one for sure. Yeah, the pure main are actually in this particular instance are really, really powerful. So let's have a look here. So 1.46 here and 900 from the Handmaidens of the Everqueen. The only issue with this build I have is there just wasn't enough to deal with the Pox Arrows. As you can see, they got some good value, but we'll pop into that in a moment. But 420 here for the Alarielle. And so we've got 117 for 1.3, a 1.150 here for the Silvering Guard, 960 and 730 here for the Silvering Guard. 120 kills here for a 1000 damage value, and 63 for 740, and 750 here for the Illyrian Reaver Archers. And unfortunately here, I think what this build really depended on was the Flame 5 Phoenix. Unfortunately, both of them getting caught on the floor. One actually even getting its regrowth. Getting it caught was just so painful to watch, unfortunately. As you can see here, 480 damage value from the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. Really getting some good shots up against the Paladin nice and early. But 2,350 damage value for the Fae Enchantress, 1.45, and 1,700 for the Paladins. Really putting the slapping on those Flame Fire Phoenixes. Nothing really for the front line, 300 there, so not too bad from those spearmen. But 780, 700 from the Foot Squires, and 460, 780, 530, and 800 from the Peasant Bowmen with those Pox Arrows. And you're not even going to take into account the value of Poison Arrows. 690 here for the Knights of the Realm, as well as 1,400 for the Knights of the Lion-Hearted, and 1,080 from the Companions of Quinnell. So an awesome game all around from both of these guys, and it's going to be another strike in the old book. So there we go, that's going to be 4-0 to the old world here, with Wood Elves winning, as well as Beastmen. It's now going to be Bretonnia, and then of course we just saw the Chaos beating the Dark Elves. Awesome, awesome stuff here. Very balanced fair, I must say. GG's, well played. Alright, so coming up next is going to be Biblington and a Deadly Bunny. So let's get these guys in the chat. So Biblington there. Let's invite him. Sorry, Caradoc, just going to kick you, buddy, just so I can get the other guys in. Don't mean to be kicking you there. And can we see Mr. Party Elite? Where is he? There he is. The Portuguese exterminators. Every single day he changes his name and it makes me laugh. I love it. Right, so how we all doing? How we all doing? Let's see what we're saying. Kill the posh ones, indeed. The handmaidens can take out the paladins as long as they're not supported by Cav. Yeah, that's true. I think they were very good at countering there, which is pretty nice. Let's get up a nice image for you guys. Let's get up a pretty decent image. So let's see what we've had. So, oh, this was a funny one here from Hammond from the Screen Blocker. Let's get that one in. So yeah, GG's indeed. That was a fantastic game from these two. Fantastic game. Right, we have both of these guys in. Perfect. Let's get it set. Let's find quite a nice battle for these ones. So it wouldn't be a proper Empire game if we didn't have Outdorf Outskirts, and so we shall. Map is set indeed. So game 5, we'll be playing on Outdorf Outskirts. Perfect. And the next game here, I think it's going to be Dowie versus TK, I believe. Let's have a little look. So let's have a look here. Oh, we've got lots of stuff coming in. So Hammond sending in some really, really cool bits and bobs. All right, buddy, I'll be making sure to get those in for the next one. Oh, those flesh hounds look really cool there. I'll have to certainly get those in. Certainly show off some of these guys having some awesome pictures here for themselves. Right, so for the 2v2 tournament, up next... Oh, no, not 2v2, sorry. For the old versus new... We'll be popping in with... Yeah, so Game 6 will be Pretty Steel Bonnet up against Complex Slayer. So Dwarfs versus Tomb Kings. That should be a really, really fun one as well. That should be really, really good. Perfect. All right, so it looks like both of these guys are ready. So let's hop into this. Heat fever is certainly getting to me at this time of year. Alright, so we're going to play on Outdorf Outskirts. Should be quite the fun map. Yes, Complex, we'll get into the next one. It looks like both these guys are super ready to go. Sent in some corn-themed ones. Yeah, dude, they look sick. I can't wait to put some of those on the screen for sure. Okie dokie, so let's do it. I think we'll talk a little bit more about it in the next one. I can't join the battle. Oh, yeah, you'll be on the next one still. So after this one's done, you'll be on the next one. I just wait for both of these to join up. So I think for the most part, this is sort of 55% Empire favoured. You have Knights of the Blazing Sun. They're pretty good at dealing with almost everything in the roster here. And you also have Huntsmen as well, which are very good for the bonus first large, anti-large arrows. Very good at dealing with that skirmish cavalry. So let's pop in here with the Norskins. The Norskins have quite a build. They have quite a faction that can build many, many, many really, really cool armies. So Marauder Horsemen here in the front line. Very low armor, but they're very good for that skirmish. You know, pretty quick. We're also going to be having some Wind Wolves. Now, Wind Wolves are fantastic. These boys have a regen, as well as bonus for large, anti-large, and they're also going to have that frenzy with the 20% physical resistance, so they're absolutely no joke. We're going to be having the Theramanticore in the sky with some Norscan Ice Walls that do come with that Frostbite with that slow, so it can be very useful if they're put into the right areas there. Beasts of Tashnar as well, the ROR, which are the Norscan Warhounds for the bonus for large, anti-large, and the nice frenzy. So it looks like we're going to be having lots of skirmish cavalry. So it looks like 2 units of horsemen, 4 units of cheap horsemen. That should be quite interesting. In the trees here, we are going to be having the Shaman Sorcerer here, as well as Throg. Oh, I love to see Throg. You never see Throg. So the Shaman Sorcerer of Fire, you will be having the Scroll of Shielding, as well as the Burning Head and the Cascading Fire Cloak. We'll be having Throg, who's just going to be naked here with the Restoration and Regen. Let's have a look. As well, for the front line, we're going to have some Marauder great weapons. Well, there's some normal Marauders, some more great weapons, and looks like that's how it's going to be throughout. We're also going to have the Icehall Marauders. Now, these guys are really, really interesting, and the reason is because they actually become with Perfect Vigor and Immune to Psychology. So for the extra 200 cost, you get something that will fight at Perfect Vigor for the entire game, and also they'll be having that Immune to Psychology, which will protect them against that terror, as well as against that fear. Here in the front line, you're also going to have some nice spears alongside some swordsmen here for the Empire today. So there's going to be lots and lots of that. We're also going to see some huntsmen. There's like 3 units of these. Going to be very good there at dealing with that skirmish cavalry. Also in the back, going to have the Sigma Sons for that Unbreakable. And in the pocket, we're going to have the Warrior Priest, who's going to come with all sorts of battle prayers. So he will be having the Soul Fire, as well as the Scroll of Shielding, and the Banner of Eternal Flame, giving that fire damage and the base weapon damage. We'll be having the Bright Wizard today, and the Bright Wizard is going to be a big boy here. He'll be having the Burning Head and Fireball. And this is a perfect partnership, because when you have the Banner of Eternal Flame, not only do you imbue fire damage, when you cast a spell here with the Bright Wizard, you'll also give a weakness map wide to fire. Boris Todbringer in the sky, and what a fantastic looking man this guy is, with that nice blue hat on top. He will be having the Middenland Runefang for that restoration, Crush the Weak, as well as Hold the Line and the Blood Roar. 3 units of the elite Knights of the Blazing Sun here in the back. These boys not only look exceptional, but they perform it as well. 78 charge, flaming attacks as well, with that 25% magic resistance, making them pretty tanky overall, with that 100 armor with the bronze shield. Lots of shots going in the front here, up against those naked marauders. Now, as long as they're shooting naked marauders, they're not going to be shooting your large cavalry and also your large skin wolves. Skin wolves are a good counter in dealing with Knights of the Realm. Sorry, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Blazing Sun. But Knights of the Blazing Sun are even better at countering them because they have that fire damage, giving an extra 25% damage up against that regenerating unit. Burning Head here in the pocket, doing some good damage up against the Huntsman. Not brilliant, I wouldn't say, but good. Not bad. And just engaging there with the swordsman in the front, meaning they're not going to get too much from the Burning Head either. Burning Head is going to go down here on top of the Marauders. Very nice. Going to do lots of damage up against the swordsman as well, but that should break the Marauders here, so some really good work there in the front. But that is going to be leaving that pocket nice and open. Once these do break, which they will, that will be a pocket there open in the middle. Very easy to hop onto the Huntsman. Charges coming in for the Knights of the Blazing Sun. All 3 units getting pulled over to this side, as we do have the Theramanticore, as well as some Wind Walls, the Norscan Ice Walls, and the Beasts of Tashnar. Beasts of Tashnar will do some good work up against the Knights of the Blazing Sun, but they do lack that armor piercing. Beasts of Tashnar coming around the back, and they really need to shut down these Huntsmen. Over here on the left, you are going to be seeing the Shaman Sorcerer on horseback. He's going to be trying to whip round the back and shut down and engage into the Huntsman, if at all possible. So they're going to be breaking Marauder Horsemen here on the flank. These Huntsmen are just so good at doing that. Whipping into the back is going to be the Beast of Tashnar, going to be shutting down some Huntsmen here. Burning Head going up against the Spears as well. Also the Beast of Tashnar going to run away, and so are the Skin Wolves. Skin Wolves don't want any of that action. Beast of Tashnar going to be engaging straight into the Knights of the Blazing Sun, getting those nice good stats off. We're going to have Boris in the back for that nice terror and the Blood Roar for the -8, giving -16 on top of that fear. Going to be very good at help dealing some good damage and terrifying all cheap units such as Marauder great weapons. Going to be very good at getting the Norscan Ice Walls as well, terrifying both units and just leaving the Skin Walls on their own to fight up against the Knights of the Blazing Sun. In the back here, we're going to have Knights fighting up against the Theramanticore. Theramanticore will be going down here. 1 healthy unit of Knights are going to be left, but another healthy unit of Skin Walls coming in to take charge. They'll absolutely decimate Boris if given the chance, and if he does fight alone. We do have some swordsmen coming to the back to help, but here we go. The middle pocket is being shut down here by all this skirmish cavalry, really popping in here, pushing onto the Warrior Priest who has Scroll of Shielding, and also going to be getting onto the Huntsman, really trying to shut down these entities. And if I really am the Shaman Sorcerer, this is where I want to be paying my attention. Get in and shut these Huntsmen down from shooting and force them into that melee combat. Looks like we have some Marauders fighting up against some Spearmen in the front, and here over on the left-hand side of the battlefield, another nice Burning Head going down there up against the Swordsmen. But looks like the Manticore has Rampage. The Manticore will be coming in for a short while, but Norscan Ice Wolves fighting here up against Knights of the Blazing Sun. Pretty even. You're not too bothered either way which one that goes. Definitely going to be favouring, on the damage value point of view, the Norscans. Skinwalls fighting here up against Knights of the Blazing Sun with a Rampage Fairy Manticore as well for that terror. That's not a good situation there for the Empire. And it looks like we are going to have the double swordsman here fighting up against the Icehorn Marauders. And the Icehorn Marauders should do pretty well here. As you can see, these guys are going to be winded and tired, meaning the stats are going to go down with armor, etc. And also is going to really affect their leadership. In the pocket here, we do see the Shaman Sorcerer. He's going to be getting shot here by the Huntsman. These boys are pretty accurate in general, but the Huntsman, if this boy keeps moving, this Huntsman just going to roll some ammunition. In the pocket, we are going to see the Marauder Horseman shut down the second unit of Huntsmen with a nice charge here coming up against the third unit. Over here on the right, we are going to see all sorts of units of Marauders shutting down Spearmen and Swordsmen left, right, and centre with that good armour piercing. But the Warrior Priest is still alive. You need to take care of this guy. He does have encouragement and all the other good bits and bobs. But a nice Burning Head here in the back up against the Huntsman. Looks like they just turned at the right moment, meaning that Burning Head went right through the middle rather than right across. So some maybe it was a bit lucky. Maybe it was it could have been many things, but not quite the value we're looking for. Knights of the Blazing Sun in the back. Looks like two units are going to be alive. They're going to be very good at countering, but it looks like it's going to be a mass shatter here from the Norscans, and a really good victory here from the Empire. So some fantastic stuff there. Hey, how are we doing, Cocoa Puffs? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Who's winning so far? With that win here coming in from the Empire, that is going to be 4-0 for the old... No, 5-0 from the old factions. Meaning here, that is already the win from Warhammer 1. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. It is now a mark of pride. Everybody from the new factions needs to step up and get a win. So let's pop in here and have a look. We are going to have 1,300 damage value for Throg, 771 here for the Shaman Sorcerer of Fire, 300, 180, 270. And let's look at the AP value here. Yeah, not too much. 100, 200, 380, and 450 from the Icehorn Marauders. Skirmish Cavalry here looks like 300, 200, 100, and 230. And in the back here, the Beasts of Tashnar getting 500, 550 from the Norscan Ice Wolves, 444 for the Ferromanticore, 440, and 1,000 here from the Skin Wolves. Unfortunately here, 1.3 from Throg is not too bad, but still struggled there a little bit. But as we can see, 700 from Boris, 580 from the Warrior Priest, 570 for the Bright Wizard. Frontline did okay, held in the most part 250 and 270. 200 from the Swordsman, 260, 500, 370, and 500 for the Unbreakable Sigma Suns. 1.2, 1,060, and 1,085 from the Huntsman. They needed to be shut down. They were key targets. 600 from the Knights of the Blazing Sun, 1,046, and 1.5 here from the last unit of Knights of the Blazing Sun. So some good work there from the Empire player with Biblington. Let's have a look. I wish I knew Norska. Oh yeah, so Deadly Bunnies had to fill in because the Norscan player did drop last night. But it was a really nice close match. You know, there was some good contest left, right, and centre. You know, you managed to get the Beast of Tashnar onto the Knights of the Blazing Sun. You managed to get them in the back, shutting down the Huntsman. You got some good burning heads going down there in the pocket with some really nice work. Alright, so we have Complex Slayer here, fighting up against the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Steel Bonnet. Let's see if we can see Steel. There is Steel Bonnet. I'll send him the invite. And we are going to be fighting here, and it would be an absolute sin not to fight up on a Dowie map. So we're going to fight here up on Karak Buftar for quite the contest. Well, indeed, there were certainly some wins that could have gone both ways here in the beginning. Like, for example, you'd say the Lizardman game is definitely Lizardman favoured. You could certainly say that the Dark Elf one is certainly Dark Elf favoured. But both sides have pulled out here, and it is going to be 5-0 to the Old so far. So it is going to be a win for them today. But here is a matter for pride. Complex Slayer, is he going to be the one here for the Warhammer 2 factions to come back in and really punch here and get it back for these boys and girls? So Game 6. We're going to be playing on Karak Bufdar. Karak Bufdar indeed, and then we'll have 2 games left after this. Let's see who we have next. So next, game 7 will be Suave up against Dr. Jellyfish. All right. TK can certainly do very well against dwarfs here, but how are we doing, Mountain King? How are we doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Both sides can certainly do well here. You've got all sorts of things from the TK that can do stuff. Give me 2 seconds whilst I pop away. Alrighty, let's hope we're both loaded in here, so let's hop straight into the battle. So, for the Dowie, let's go here with Mr. Steel Bonnet. Oh, looks like he's going to be moving his forces over here to the left, but it looks like we're going to be having some blasting charges in the front, some nice miners, with Grombrindle, the White Dwarf, who will be having Flash Bomb, and Grombrindle has no fear for that nice unbreakable status. We'll be having Longbeards here with great weapons, which is quite the interesting pick, with some Dwarf Warriors as well. We're going to be having some Thunderers, some Hammerers, and some Iron Breakers, with some Iron Drakes and some more Thunderers. 2 units of Slayers, which would be quite nice here. Quite the interesting builds. There's going to be no artillery in this build for the Dowie. In the back line here, we are going to have 2 units of Carrion. And let's have a look what we've got for. So we're going to have Arkan the Black, as well as a nice wide line of Skeleton Warriors. Let's just double check. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Skeleton Warriors. And we should have 3 Spears. Very nice. We're also going to be having 4 Ushopti Great Bow. Can you have 4? I don't know if you can have 4. I'm pretty sure you can. Let me just double check whilst I'm here. You can have 4. I did not know that. It's good that I know that now. Okay, so it's going to be 4 Ushopti Great Bow, including the Chosen of the Gods. And I think this is the perfect way to play it. And you're also going to have a Casket of Souls. So this is a pretty harsh way to play it. But for sure, you can win it. So what do you do here if you are pretty Steel Bonnet? It's looking pretty difficult for him. I think this is certainly already favouring the TK. You have lots of blasting charges, but you're certainly going to have to be aggressive. You're going to have to be super, super aggressive. And the Carrion are going to be very good. You have 4 units of Carrion. They're going to be very good at shutting down your Thunderers and co. If you are the TK player, you need to be utilising your Ushopti to shut down the backline range, and yeah, try the best you can. If you can shut down those Thunderers, it's pretty much GG's, I think. Certainly got blasting charges, they'll deal with the infantry pretty well. The infantry will get absolutely crumped here, there's no doubt about that. But if you're the Dowie player, you must push on the Casket of Skulls and start shutting down the Ushopti Great Bows. And the Ushopti Great Bows have a massive amount to the white line, so they can just keep kiting back. Alright, ready, good luck, have fun, fantastic stuff. I'm ready when you are, so let's get it on the road. So here we are, Game 6 is going to be 5-0 to the old factions. Can Mr. Steel Bonnet keep it up here, or is there going to be a change in the wind with Complex Slayer and the TK? Yeah, 4 is the limit, Hank, I did just check, yeah. CJ, you probably shouldn't be watching stream whilst you're playing, buddy. Yeah, Ushopti could do very well here. I normally bring a bit of a different build. You can bring like a Royal Dowie Air Force, which this would probably still lose to, like the Royal Dowie Air Force would lose to, or you bring a couple of cannons to deal with some of the Ushopti. You take out the Casket of Souls and then you just shoot the Ushopti once you advance with the rest of your force. It's going to be some big damage in the front here up against the Dwarf Warriors. Looks like they're going to lose a few models. Looks like just one, but lots of HP damage there. It's going to be a bit of a slow infested one here. So Arc in the Black, Arcane Conduit going down there. No, Staff of Nagash, so that's going to improve the power rate there. And also get a reduction there. So what sort of range are we talking for the Upshupty? Great Bows, 255 range, so absolutely no joke from them. What are they going to be targeting? So they're going to be shooting in the front line up against the Dwarfs, and they're going to be shooting up against the Longbeards. Interesting stuff. I'll certainly be shutting down the Thunderers. They shoot down the Thunderers and they take them out. That will be pretty much a win there, simply because there's not a lot they can do otherwise to deal. I mean, you could get Hammers on the Upshupty. Hammers will absolutely take them apart for sure. And you've got Slayers as well, so you need to be whipping around your Slayers immediately. Your Slayers need to be chasing these Upshupty. Upshupty have 54 speed, and you have 40 here from the Slayers. But if you're chasing the Upshupty, they can't fire whilst moving. So as long as they're running away, that's pretty good for you. Blasting charges are going to go down here in the front line. Let's get a little look here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So looks like we are going to have Dwarf Rise in the front, fighting up against Skeletons. And here we go. We do have the Thunderers have been compromised by the carrier. We need to get the Slayers on. And it looks like we do have an extended Spirit Leech going down here on top of the Ironbreakers. Now that's just going to increase range. And yeah, there's going to be some damage going down there. But it did cause some damage to Arkin, so it's a little bit unfortunate there. No healing to him apart from this going through. The realm of Upshupty. Blasting charges are in, and blasting charges have absolutely wrecked this infantry. Some brilliant stuff there. And that's going to ruin both of those units for sure. And in the back here, we do have some carrion, as well as a summoned unit of Skeleton Warriors fighting up against the Hammerers. Thunderers are going to be getting hit as well, and this is where Arkin needs to get involved. In the back here, watch this, is going to be a nice purple Sunless Extras, really trying to take out these Ironbreakers. The Ironbreakers need to move forward and start using the blasting charges. As you can see here, we do have the Iron Drake Hammer Torpedoes. They're going to be firing with those nice flame cannons here into the Skeleton Spears. If you get the Iron Drake Hammer Torpedoes, this is like the Upshupty summon's already going to come in on top of those. You need to be getting your Longbeards back. You need to know that's the summon of your Upshupty, and it could be very dangerous here. That's going to be taking out the nice elite Iron Drakes, unfortunately. But in the back here, you're still going to have this mass range shooting. If you are the Dowie, you needed to really rush this. Here in the front, we do have some Longbeards fighting up against Skeleton Warriors. It's a bit of a shame, but these bulls should win pretty easily, but they are going to be there for a while. So it's like some blasting charges are going to be coming in. They should really try and help these Longbeards if possible. And looks like we also have the Iron Breakers coming in as well. So the Iron Breakers have pushed through. We need to get them into the back as soon as possible. These Hammers are a bit still, with the Thunderers in the backside. We need to get those Thunderers back in as well. And it looks like, yeah, so it's like the Iron Drakes are going to be struggling. But can the Iron Drakes, can they turn and burn? Literally. Looks like one of them is getting hit, so the turn and burn is not going to be on. They are taking out models left, right, and centre. Blasting charges coming in, but they're not going to do too much against Upshupty. They have far too much armour. The Longbeards here, a little bit slow in the front line. They need to be pushing the back. Looks like the Upshupty are going to be using most of their ammunition so far, but balance of power pretty even. Grumby still fighting strong, and looks like here Arkin has taken a bit of a punching. Blasting charges could do a turning around and hitting here, if at all possible. Blasting charges in the back here, so the bombs coming in from the Iron Breakers, they're getting absolutely decimated here by the Casket Souls and the rest. They're just going to kite, and there's not a lot you can do about that. I would just deal with their frontline infantry. This summon will go, balance of power is even, and once the Upshupty do go, that's when it's going to get a bit interesting. I wonder if balance power will stay. Balance power will stay. And it looks like the front line is going to go down. The front line is unsupported. And as you can see in the back here, Ark in the Black is looking dangerously low. Thunderers are going to be shooting into Skeletons. That's not really where you want them shooting. You really need them shooting in the front line to help up against the Upshupty. Minus blasting charges have gone down, and they didn't get any blasting charges off, which is a bit of a shame. They really needed to turn around. And even if they got one volley off, that would have paid for themselves, because they would have just wrecked these Skeleton Warriors. In the back here, you need to turn now. Your Thunderers need to turn, and they absolutely must shoot Ark in the Black. They must shoot Arkin. He's so close to death. If Arkin dies here, it's going to really flip the game on his head. Also, the Iron Drakes are very good with the fire damage up against Arkin. The Thunderers in the back, looks like they're just going to be moving forward. It hasn't been taken into consideration that Arkin might chase them, and Arkin's going to be chasing them off the edge of the map. The Thunderers don't want to be shooting up against the Skeleton Warriors. This is not worth their time, and for the value, it's not worth it. Blasting charges are back online. They need to be getting involved. And as you can see here, Grombrinder was in, and this is exactly what you needed. Grombrinder is going to be fighting here. You need to use his flash bomb. Use his flash bomb now. Slow down this entity and really take care of it. Or get your Slayers on, or have your Slayers pushing in the back. Push your Slayers in the back. Don't worry about this. Grombrinder's got this. Get the rest in the back. But it looks like it's going to go down, so that's some fantastic wear there in the middle. And now you need to get your units pushing forward here as a nice line. Really push the Shopti up against the edge and force them here. Archon's going to be getting away with absolute murder here in the back, and your Iron Breakers, they don't actually have fire damage because they're just going to be. I'm not sure what the difference is between their blasting charges, but it's going to be different. I'm not too sure what it is. But here you got this massive statuesque army here. You aren't going to be chasing at the top, but you absolutely must be chasing with the rest of this. So the Sunday Shopti are really running out of ammunition. Chosen of the Gods have run out, and this is where it starts to get scary. Archon's really weak. I think the Dwarves actually might have this, simply because I just don't think there's enough ammunition. Gromby's far too healthy, and I don't think the right targets were put upon, but overcasting twice for Archon and getting him absolutely wrecked was probably not the answer. And the reason I don't like Archon in this matchup is because for me he doesn't offer anything. I think actually having Citra here is a lot better on his chariot. Citra on his chariot is phenomenal in this matchup. Lots of shots from the Ushopti here going up against the Longbeards and Hammerers. Hammers do have 100 armor. All these boys are going to be having 100 armor, and they're just going to be constantly getting chased. So it looks like Archon is going to be fighting. These boys can push forward as a group and maybe try and see if they can pressurize Archon. If they kill Archon, one of these Ushopti have to turn and shoot. Dwarf Warriors here with 17 models left. Over here in the back pocket, it looks like one unit of Ushopti, the Chosen, is going to be sitting in the back. You've already utilised your realm with Ushopti. I probably would have tried to utilise those on some more elite infantry. Maybe try and see if you get rid of some of those hammerers. So they have shattered, so this does now not count as engaging, but they are going to be shooting in the back here, as we do see the Slayers have popped in on the back, and they are going to be trying to shut down the Ushopti Great Bows. So just like here, we do have an attack animation from Archon, which is absolutely fine. Him fighting up against the Longbeards is going to be an interesting one. Archon does have 90 armor, but okay. So he's going to be shooting in the pocket here up against the Hammerers. Let's see what sort of ammunition left we're talking about. We've got 4 here, 4, and 4. So Gromby's in the back, and looks like they have managed to push off the Chosen of the Gods. That's going to be perfect for them. But the problem is you've got these boys shooting over here. Yeah, so perfect. Looks like this split up. Grombrinder will be coming in this direction as well. Oh, Archon's gone in. So Archon is going to be fighting here. And what's the summon? He's going to have a summon as Skeleton Warriors. That's really not going to help the Ushopti. The Ushopti are now going to have more targets to shoot. Archon's also going to get entrapped in here up against the heavy-weighted Longbeards as well. And he's going to be taking a truckload of damage for himself. There's no healing left for him anymore. Balance of Power is really pulling away here from the Tomb Kings. And through comes Gromby. If Gromby pops now, Flash Bomb now, and you win this. Ah, looks like Flash Bomb wasn't ready then. Looks like Flash Bomb wasn't ready. Well, Spirit Leech going down on Gromby. Okay, interesting target. Slayers now are going to be fighting up against. How many Slayers have we got left? 14 Slayers could definitely truck loads of damage on top of Archon. And there we go. That should be close to Balance of Power here. Yeah, that's Balance of Power. GG's and well played. Fantastic stuff here from Mr. Pretty Still Bonnet. What an awesome, awesome matchup. You pronounce Ushopti like rubber duck? Yeah. That's how they're pronounced, right? Ushopti. Where's the O in Ushopti? There isn't one. They're hiding the O in their room. Indeed. GG's indeed. How you doing, Subnova? Nice to see you here, buddy. So let's have a look at Gromby. Gromby got 826 damage value, 165 here for the Miners of Blasting Charges, 400 and 260, 370 as well as 280 here for the Dwarf Warriors, 220 for the Longbeards, 191, 525 damage, so lots of kills for those Longbeards. And as we see here, 300 for the Slayers, 1,800 for these Slayers, 300 for the Hammerers, 200 for the Iron Breakers, 400 for the Iron Drakes, 937 for the Thunderers, and 767. Good stuff there. Dowie's always satisfying to see them get the win. Exactly, Mr. Big Doyle. Exactly. I'm not biased at all. Right, so Ark in the Black, 700 damage value, and the front line doing no work here at all. As you can see, Carrion 176. I think the Carrion was thrown away just a little bit. The Carrions should have been used to... I think I saw some Carrion trying to shut down... I can't remember what they're trying to shut down. Maybe trying to shut down some Iron Breakers or something. But 617 from the Ushapti Great Bow, 660 from these Ushapti, 860 and 877 from here. And it looks like here for the Casket of the Souls, 1,244 damage value. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Well played, Mr. Steel Bonnet. Well played. Very, very good stuff. This matchup is winnable, CJ. It is winnable. I think some of the targeting could have been a little bit more improved. I have played it from both sides, and it is winnable from both sides. There was also no Chariot play from CJ. Chariots are very good in this matchup. They're very good at wheeling and dealing and shutting down, and Dowie just really have no answer to it. I like the idea. I like the idea for sure. Maybe GS versus Dowie and TK versus VP would be more interesting. Yeah, but the problem is there's only one way that Dowie win against Greenskins, and that's just like raw, like doing the Royal Dowie Air Force. That's the only way you can win. You can't really win any other way. Every other way you lose. Like, as a Dowie main, the fairest matchup here was actually just to play TK. Because all the other matchups, Bretonia is really, really Dowie favoured. I have to remember all the rest of the matchups. But Wood Elves is Dowie favoured. Lizardmen is Lizardmen favoured. But also I had to make it even for the rest of the factions as well. Yeah, I think depending on the map for sure. Like, you certainly had the range there. Like, there was no cannons. There was no cannons from the Dowie, so the Ushapti had the range. So another fantastic player here today was Suave, and another brilliant player as well with Mr. Dr. Jellyfish. Now coming in here with Greenskins up against Vampire Pirates. This is another phenomenal matchup, and it's going to be super interesting to see here. I think this is really close to the a really, really close matchup. So going through here, just had to remember which map we did today. Can't remember where I put my maps. Yes. Right, so we're going to be playing on Summer Song. Oh no, Shimmer's Ward, I think. Yeah, Shimmer's Ward we've been playing on, which is quite the fun one. Norska is even, I think. Druchi's not even. It's certainly not even. It's certainly not even in my opinion. I think also the difficulty here is also how do you balance all of them. Like, if you have to be able to mix them all round as well and make them as even as possible. It was a hard matchup for GS, but no so much anymore. The Dowie matchup used to be really difficult for Greenskins until they got all of their updates, of course. The update in WoW and all the other updates and stuff was really good. Chaos is Chaos favoured. It's pretty hardly Chaos favoured, for sure. Like, it's the same. I would say that matchup is pretty 50-50. Yeah, it's going to be Greenskins against Pirates here. Greenskins against Pirates. VC are definitely favoured against Greenskins. Yeah, I think this is certainly Greenskin favoured, but both these guys are very good players with their respective faction. So this could be a very, very good close contested one as well. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting. And also, this is the first run. I'd never really seen this before, so I had to try and make it as even as possible. And as you can see on the front line, I also tried to match up skill levels as well. So, you know, it's pretty close on both sides. And certainly CJ has more experience than Mr. Steel Bonnet. So even if you could say it was slightly, let's say it's 52-48, or maybe even as high as 55% in the favour of the Dowie, if you could even say it's that high, I really don't think it is. People have beaten me with the Tomb Kings before, especially very good Tomb King players. Even then, I think CJ has the experience advantage. He's certainly played in more matchups. Right, so for the sky here, we have some deck dropper handguns, which should be quite fun, with also the bombers. So you're going to see a massive sky force here, which is certainly what's needed. So some more deck droppers as well as these zombie pirate deckhand bombers in the front. Some more handguns and some more deck droppers. This is looking a little bit like the Anticity build. We are going to be seeing the double mortars, I think, as well as the double gunnery rights with Scab Scraith, of course, and of course Noculus here. So the big bag Knuckles in the pocket. He will be having the Captain's Wrath's Moondial, those nice summons, the Rust Storm, Arcane Conduit, as well as Invocation of Nehek and the Drowned Dead. In the back here, we also have lots of zombie pirate deckhand mobs, just like 5 units, and the double here from the polearms. So it's going to be a nice pocket here with, I'm sure, the carronades in behind. This should be a very difficult matchup here for the Greenskins. So for the Greenskins, we're going to have a massive force here. Look at the size of this green army. So we're going to have some Savage Orcs in the front. Looks like quite a few of these bad boys as well. It's like 5 units of Savage Orcs. So no big ones, but these boys are going to be very good at dealing with chaff, as well as some more Savage Orc Arrow boys here in the back, including the Rusty Arrows, which are the Night Goblin Archers. They have Armor Sundering and Poison Melee attacks, making them pretty good overall. Looks like we have the Orc Shaman here in the pocket, which will be having Brainbuster, as well as, ooh, I can't remember the other one. No Fist of Gork though, which is a bit of a surprise. Oh, it is Fist of Gork. Okay, Fist of Gork's perfect because it imbues that magic damage in case you do come with sight readings. We will be having Brainbuster, as well as Evasion and Power of Dewar. In the front, we will be having some Forest Goblin Spider Riders, some Spider Rider Archers as well, 2 units of the Spider Rider Archers, with some Dirt Kid Squigs. These boys are very good for the bonus for infantry, and the armor piercing with the poison melee attacks, as well as the normal Night Goblin Squick Hoppers. I just believe this unit here has missile resistance, I think is the main difference. Yeah, 25% missile resistance, but it's actually no joke because they don't have much armor. But yeah, they're 25 armor, so their 25% missile resistance is pretty good. Some more Night Goblin Squig Hoppers. This is quite a fun army, I like this. Some Goblin Wolf Rider Archers as well. You don't normally see too many of these Squig Hoppers, so this should be pretty fun. Mass Daka line as well, which is also super important and massively underrated in this matchup. Daka line is not always seen as that powerful, but my god is it strong. We are also going to be seeing Grow on the Paunch with Lucky Banner, as well as the Green is here, and Language of the Boys. Language of the Boys is probably the most important there with Lucky Banner, as it does imbue that immune to psychology. Not the most important in general. Lucky Banner is super strong, but it's very important in this matchup. So cannons coming down the front line here, going to be hitting the Night Goblin Squigs, but shots coming in the front here from the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. Gunshots here going to be firing nice and straight. Can't really kite against that because they just fire so straight and true. Once they've shot, you're pretty much going to get hit. The bats are going to be nice and high in the sky. It's going to be very difficult for these archers to shoot them. And this is a bit of a problem. And as with this map, you can see with this bit of the nice water and this broken sort of monolith here in the way, that if they do get broken here, there's really not much for them to run to. They can pretty much just get shot, and it's going to be pretty painful here. So just normal strength here, but I think it's going to be armor piercing from the handguns. Yes, so some armor piercing from those handguns as well. You're going to see the poison for the Forest Goblin Spider Riders coming in. These boys also have 45 armor. The Spider Riders are no joke. And you're going to have only 15 from the deck droppers. 18 models here up against the 45 of the Spider Riders. Poison as well, reducing that AP as well. Just really helping out overall. Looks like the squigs have gone down over here on the right with some Forest Goblin Spider Riders. I think we're going to be losing the Goblin Wolf Riders as well. These boys only have 25 armor. They're very, very susceptible to being shot. In the back, the Spider Riders did try to pop in and shut down these cannons. Shut down the mortars, but it doesn't look like they're going to be getting away with that. One has broken, as it does look like the zombie pirate pole arms were able to deal with them. Coming with the bonus for large, anti-large and armor piercing, going to be very good up at dealing with these Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Looks like the squigs are going to come in for a try as well. The downhill charges could really help. It looks like the other unit is going to try and flank in around, and they are going to get onto the back line of the bombers. The bombers are actually super important. They actually do quite a bit of damage. Knuckles is going to be starting to move back here into the pocket. Knuckles doesn't want to be getting caught out here by the Savage Orcs. Now we can see we are going to get the Rusty Arrows, as well as the nice Savage Orc Arrow Boys coming in as well. They should be very comfortable at shutting down the bombers, and they should be very comfortable at shutting down these weapon teams. Let's look in the pocket here. We are going to have a nice Brain Buster going down on top of the bombers. So we'll be very good at shutting those down, and just temporarily stopping them from firing. In the back here we have lost some Night Goblin Squid Hoppers. Looks like both units, including the Dirkit Squids. But yeah, arrows going in massively here. Going to be shooting up against Knuckles as well. So it's going to be enough to Nocular. He does have 75 armor, but you can, if you get mass fire onto him, you could really try and push him here towards the back of the map, which would be quite handy. It looks like Grom the Paunch is ready. He could certainly cycle in here and do some good work. If Lucky Banner's pop now, you could certainly put a big punch in on Noculus, hold him in place, and then just shoot him here with the mass range you've got. So it looks like he has been held. Looks like the Fist of Gork going down for the magic damage. Doesn't have to have physical resistance. No physical resistance, but he does have the greatness here, as well as Lucky Banner going down, giving him that 128 melee attack. Fantastic stuff. He should absolutely dumpster Knuckles here. Knuckles only having 30 melee defense. Looks like Rapstorm going down. Why did he disengage? Oh, it's not the crab was coming. The crab was coming, but he has 128 attack, 104 now. Cycle charging here up against the Gunnery White. He does have 90 charge bonus. Absolutely no joke. Balance of power pretty even. Going even on the numbers as well. Looks like we're going to be losing some Savage Orc Arrow Boys, 2 units. So they're going to be getting shot here by the deck chopper handguns. In the back here, we're going to have lots of Savage Orcs coming through. Oh my god. Grom is being absolutely slapped here in this back pocket. He's getting shut down by the Gunnery Whites. Grom does need a way to get out of this. You lose Grom here, it's GG's immediately. Grom is still engaged. I don't know why Grom can't get out. Grom has now broken. In the pocket though, we are going to having Spider Riders fighting in here. I really don't know what happened. Invocation of the Heck going down. There's mass armor piercing for the Gunnery Whites, but I don't think that's enough to really dumpster Grom. That was some interesting stuff. Grom has only 40 melee defense, to be fair. But still, that was some good work there in the pocket. Balance of power here massively in the VP favour. As you can see, the backline Savage Orc boys are going to be struggling. You can see the Rusty Arrows are coming back in for that nice armor sundering. But it should have been very good there. If you put the armor sundering on top of Knuckles and got those shots in, could have been quite nice. He's going to be getting chased by the deck droppers. Deck droppers don't have too much armor piercing, so that 100 armor should hold true here for Grom. But Grom really doesn't want to keep getting involved. He does need to keep in here and try and see if he can take out Knuckles, but unfortunately he also needs to go away and heal. Any big hits on him and you lose him and it could be game over. You've got to be careful. Now we do need to get rid of these bats if we can as soon as possible, but looking at how much ammunition they've lost, is it really worth it in this stage of the game? I'm not sure. Scab Strength going down on top of the Savage Orcs. We are going to have the Orc Shaman in the pocket. Like a Brain Buster coming down here as well. Really slamming up against them. I don't think we've seen a second Y yet, but shots going down. It's like Wrathstorm's going to be coming down on him as well. Guns, oh my god, look at that Wrathstorm. Got it absolutely destroyed Grom. Grom's negative 45 armor. Could he shatter here? I don't know. But Grom's going to be at 168. He is going to be healing. Gunshots going down, 120. Negative 24 leadership. He's just going to hold on, I think. The bats will follow. He is going to heal. Is he going to come back? I don't know. Oh my god, Grom's gone down. Fantastic. And I think that will be GG's here from the Greenskins. That leadership there, the negative 16 is going to be massive faction-wide. You're going to be having the terror for Noculus. Noculus can pretty much just turn and burn here, as these boys aren't going to be holding. And Suave will drop. Fantastic stuff. Logic, will you get more old versus new tournaments? Yes, of course I will. Yes, of course I will. No DD, insta-lose. DD? DD. I don't know what DD are. No DD from who? Not picking Doom Divers. Oh, triple Doom Divers here are actually devastational. They're very good at taking down Count Noculus. So here we go. It's going to be the first win on the board for the Vampire Counts for the new. Fantastic stuff. So it's going to be 5-1 here. No, sorry, 6-1. Old versus new. So Grommy Boy here, 870 damage value, 105 kills, 1000 here for the Orc Shaman, 670, 560, as well as 120 kills, 370, 136 for 380, and 114 here damage value for the Savage Orcs. 400, 370, 350 for the Savage Orcs, and 900 here for these. I think the Savage Orcs are a bit expensive. I think if you just went normal Orc Boys, that would have been pretty good. They both got 140 range, a little bit cheaper. Yes, these boys fight better in melee combat, but I think you just put a little bit more money elsewhere into the build. As you can see here, the Savage, the Rusty Arrows got 380, 280, and 97 for the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. And yeah, the Squigs, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. 240 is not great for those, but 250, that's a little bit low. That's really low. It's a bit of a shame. I think the Squigs just got absolutely wrecked. No armor, just got shot, I think. But 305, 150, and 430 from the Forest Goblin Spiders. I think these three explain what happened. The whole idea here was to try and shut down that back line using these 5 units. It just wasn't able. I think you needed more skirmish cavalry, but then obviously you would have gone a little bit too meta. I think here's 12 just wanted to have a nice fun game. As you can see, 1,800 here for Count Noculus, 1.1 here for 1 gunnery, and 570. Front line, 420, not bad for the zombie pirates, as well as 200 and 140, 500, 450 and 412. Bombers 250, and the bombers 300, 420 for the deck droppers, and 500. For the bomber units, 823, 370 for the handguns, and 400. For the cannons, from the mortars, we got 350 and 220. Good stuff. Just losing Knuckles there was the main thing. So GG's, welcome. GG's indeed, fantastic. First game for the New World factions, right? Yes, it is, Mr. Dutchy Jellyfish. Yes, it is. GG's indeed. See ya, indeed, Dutchy Jellyfish. Thank you very much for playing, buddy. I really appreciate it. GS did lose versus VP, yes. What world is this? This is the New World now, buddy. You better keep up. But yes, it's going to be here. It's going to be AC Moore fighting up against Bowmore. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, well played, Dr. Jellyfish. Nice win, buddy. That was really cool. That was really cool. So, we are going to have AC Moore here with the Vampire Counts up against Bowmore with the very nice Skaven. Yes, yes. So we do actually have one map left. I've got it here on the side. Let me just find it. Yeah, so I think we were going to be fighting on Schwarzhafen. I think was the one. Schwarzhafen. Oh, apologies. Indeed, a thematic map, indeed. It should be a nice close one here. So, let's quickly pop in just before we start. So the last ones here should be... Alright, fantastic stuff. Alright, looks like they're both ready. Schwarzhafen. I tried to make most of these as thematic as I really could. I tried to make it as fun as I possibly could as well. But what has everybody thought about this today? I hope you guys have enjoyed the old versus the new tournament. Hopefully it's been quite fun. Bring back one for Warhammer 2. Yeah, I think you can do it as well here, Bowmore. How you doing, Gork York? Nice to hear, buddy. Direct damage. Alright, so we're going to pop in here. So this is generally VC favoured. For the most part, it is VC favoured, but for sure, it can be turned around. It can be turned around. Skaven can come in with some nice plays. I think I have my way that in theory should work, but doesn't necessarily mean that it is going to work. But there is ways you can certainly do it. So let's pop in here with the yes, and let's see what we've got. So it looks like here we have the double mutant rat ogres. Okay, I never see these boys. But we are going to have the frenzy from them, and that nice 20% physical resistance. They will be having magic damage and the nice armor piercing. These boys can be very good with their terror for sure. We're going to have the plague pack, so the lights of scrabs. So these boys actually, I believe they have a rabble rouse. Yes, they do have rabble rouse. So immune to psychology in 40-meter radius. They're almost a necessary one in here. 50% physical resistance, good AP, and discourage. We'll also be having the clan Vulcan tail slashers. One of my favorite units here for the Skaven. Some nice flaming swords. So they're going to be in the front line with that nice fire damage, very good up against any regeneration units. And we're also going to having 2 poison wind mortars in the pocket with some more clan rats in the front with some spears. Very, very nice. We'll also be having the Plague Priest, who'll be having, looks like, both of his spells. He'll be having Vermintide, Pestilence Breath. Oh, looks like both there. Okay. And he'll also be having the Scurrying Stone. So it looks like he's going to have... Not going to be having the the other one. I've forgotten what the other summoning spell's called. We're going to have a Chieftain as well, which will be having the Shield of Distraction, -5 melee attack, as well as Guardian and all the other good bits and bobs. Don't see the Chieftain here on top of his... I forgot what this is called. Is this a Mutant Rat Ogre as well? But yeah, okay. Oh my god, and another Mutant Rat Ogre? Is that 4? Can you have... I assume you can. But it's going to be another Mutant Rat Ogre here for the Warlord. So Mutant Rat Ogres everywhere. So Verminous Valor, as well as the World's Edge Armor for +60. Also Rally and the Shield of Distraction. So the double Shield of Distraction, which means they won't stack. But if you have one on one side and one on the other side, everything should have -5 melee attack, which is actually really, really important. We're also going to have some Eshin Triads, maybe one on each side. Yep, very good for the bonus for large, anti-large, armor piercing, and also the Weeping Blades. Very good here for that -50% armor. Here for the undead, we are going to have all sorts of zombie chaff in the front line, 5 units, as well as some crypt ghouls for that nice poison, with some scaly spears here in the middle. We're also going to be having in the back here a black coach, 2 of them, and we're also going to be having the necromancer here, stroking, I'm sure, that forbidden rod in the back. Yep, so he's going to be having the forbidden rod, as well as Raise the Dead, Master of the Undeath, Vigorous Mortis, and also the Bellfire. We're also going to be having the White King with Scabscraith. And in the back here, we're going to have 2 units of the Crypt Horrors. Very good at pinning units in and dealing damage. And in the sky, we are going to be having the Stroggy King Ghoul. Sorry, the Stroggy Ghoul King. But he's going to be having Bloodlust, the Opal Amulet, as well as the Commanding of the Unliving, which summons Crypt Ghouls. He'll also be having Invocation of Nehek, Spirit Leech, and the Death Streak, with the Curse of the Undeath. He'll also be having regeneration, so he will have a weakness to fire. But we're only going to be having 1 fire unit here today, I believe, which will be the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers. So the Mutant Rat Ogres are going to have to almost watch this Stroggy King. He is going to want to take out the ROR Plague Monk Sensor Bearers, but at the same time, he can't jump down, because if he does get caught by the Mutant Rat Ogres, it could be really painful for him. So we do have fear, obviously, on all of the army of the undead, if you do have these zombies coming through. Fear on top of these clan rats could be quite nice. I'll be putting them down to about 29 leadership. So a little bit of damage onto them, and they're looking pretty scared already. Eshin Triads need to come forward. Eshin Triads on top of the black coaches will be awesome. They'll really shut those down. But this is a matchup here that certainly I haven't seen before with these units from the Skaven. So it should be interesting to see what they can bring to the table, and if they can shut down this Necromancer. Shut down the Necromancer could actually be far much more important than you think. As that Vigorous Mortis is actually more important with the 5 melee attack, 5 melee defense. Can really bolster these forces. He actually ends up giving skeletons some pretty decent stats, considering their price pool. So nice poison winds in the back here, going to really shut down those skeletons. Want to be also getting those poisons here. They don't have too much armor. Oh, they do actually have armor piercing. That's very interesting. So it's like the Black Coach is also going to be getting hit. That poison will be going down. And as you can see here, the Mutant Rat Ogre is absolutely wrecking here in the front line up against this Black Coach. Really, really good work there. Big punches coming through, but these boys don't want to be running away too far. They need to be staying in here as much as possible. We are going to be seeing over here the Warlord coming up against the Crypt Horrors. He will be having that -5 melee attack here. What's this going down? I'm not sure what this ability is here going down. I can't see. Oh, Rally's going down. Okay, Rally's going down for the plus 16 leadership, and the Black Coach is going back, right, and centre. This is absolute madness here in the pocket. We're going to be seeing the Stroggy Ghoul King here fighting up against the Plague, and a nice Pestilence Breath going down here in the pocket. It's going to be hitting the Eshin Triads as well. Eshin Triads will fight up against the Crypt Ghouls. That's exactly what they don't want to be, but the Poison Wind Mortar, sorry, the Poison Wind Globadier is going to be in the pocket, helping fight as well. A very nice there up against the zombies, as the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers will be helping in the pocket. As you can see here, the Black Coach is going to be very weak, as long as the Crypt Horrors as well. And this is such a close battle already. As you're going to see in the back here, it looks like we have lost some Scathe and Slave Spears. We have Shatter, but we need the Plague Pack here to help out as much as possible. We need to start moving the Poison Wind Globes into this pocket. But as you can see coming through, it's going to be the Crypt Ghouls. They're going to be cutting that off, and it's going to be a protection here of the backline Poison Winds. We do have some Black Knights here in the back, really trying to shut down 2 units, trying to get into the back and get on top of these Plague Pack. Looks like a little bit isolated here is going to be the Black Coach. There's going to be lots of micro here from both sides. And as you can see, fighting here in the pocket with those really weird and annoying melee attacks. It's going to be the Plague Priest. He's so hard to keep still. As you can see, the Chieftain here with the Warlord is going to be fighting in this pocket and really trying to help it. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like there's going to be a negative there due to the Plague Priest. Got to have fun from both sides. Fantastic stuff. Good sportsmanship from both of them. I really like these Scab Straits going down here, as well as the Plague Breath. Pestilence Breath going down in here as well up against the zombies. Really help clearing out the chaff, and that Scab Scrape here up against the Poison Winds was really nice. Balance of Power actually pulling, I can't remember whose side was what, but I think it's going to be going into the Undead favour at the moment. As you can see here in the pocket, it looks like the Mutant Rat Ogre has taken a bit of a punching. And there's not going to be any healing here. A Pack Master might have been quite nice. And the reason a Pack Master might have been quite nice is that you can get that healing here if you do fight in combat. Ooh, a nice breath attack there on top of the Mutant Rat Ogre. It's actually a bit of a squeaky attack, but I'll call it a breath attack nonetheless. And it has broken one of the Rat Ogres. The other one is going to be fighting here with the Marauder Chieftain as well. Negative 5 mana attack going down on top of the Stroggy. Opal Amulet for himself, giving that 20% negation to all damage. And also we do have a Shatter unit of Poison Wind Globes in the pocket. We are going to be having the Plague Priest, which is taking a bit of a punishment at the moment, but this pocket is holding, but only just about. Let's get a nice overview. We actually have some Poison Wind Globes in the back with some more Clan Rats. So you get these Clan Rats in and start really filtering in some of this chaff to see if they can help out. We do have the Necromancer in the back. If you can take care of that Necromancer, that'd be pretty good there. Get rid of some of that negative plus attack and plus melee defense. You see the Mutant Rat Ogre is now going to be fighting up against the White King, and in the back here we have the Warlord with the World's Edge, so the plus 60 armor, giving him 130 armor here. Look, he was fighting against the Stroggy Ghoul King. The Eshin Triads going to be fighting up against the Crypt Ghouls, and this is so difficult to see with all of these debuffs going down here in the pocket. But as you can see, the Plague Priest going down to 2,000 HP. He's really going to be struggling, but those attack animations are so painful to deal with. We have 2 very healthy Black Coaches in the middle as well. Going to be very good at cycling over that chaff. The Warlord with Rally as well. Really trying to keep all of these units alive and that leadership nice and high. Then we have some Black Knights. They were chasing up against the Poison Wind Globes, but they've already been shattered. 2 more units of shattered here from the Eshin Triads and the Clan Rats. Balance of Power here really heavily going in the VC favour, and that is going to be a win. God, that was a lot there. That was a lot going on. That was a lot. That was a lot. And I really love this army from Bowmore. So, we had 1.2k here from the Stroggy Ghoul King. And we also have... The Necromancer wouldn't have done anything, but 150 from the Whites. Let's go through. 280, 100, 200, and 212 here from the Skeleton Spears. 700 there for 160 kills from the Crypt Ghouls. And 540 here from these Crypt Ghouls. 488 from the Black Knights, and 97 kills for 580. 877 with 748 for the Crypt Horrors. 1,000 damage value for the Black Coach, and 626 for the second one, and very well played to AC Moore. Now if we go through here, we can see that the Warlord here, he got 270 damage value, not as much as I would have thought. I definitely would have thought he got some more, but 690 here for the Chieftain, and 1.268 from the Plague Priest. 409 did pretty much nothing. I think in this matchup you probably don't want to be taking Scathe and Slave Spears. Yeah, they cost 175 and you could really utilise that money elsewhere. But 330 from the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, and 340 for the Eshin Triads, and 400 here for these Eshin Triads. 420 from the Plague Pack, so the ROR Plague Monks and Saberas, and 866, with 780 here from the Poison Wing Globes. The Mutant Rat Ogre got 440, and also got 690 from the second one. So some okay value from these single entities, but I was expecting just a little bit more. But GG's and well played indeed. Alright, so where's my list? Where's my list? Here we go. So, that's another one for the old, and that means it's going to be 7-1 in the favour of the old versus new. Logic, any streams tomorrow or soon? So, on Wednesday, it's literally going to be posted as soon as it's done. I am going to be doing my sub-faction tournament on Wednesday. So for anybody that would like to join, feel free to head into there and have some fun on that. Now, what I did actually have prepared is I have 2 more players ready to go in case this did go 4-4. I did have an end game matchup. Would you guys like to see that? So we have Flex Prime going up against God Eater, I believe, in a final game 9. Would you all like to see that? Yes or no in the chat. And then if you do want to see that, then you guys get to decide who plays what. So I can give you their main factions, or it's a pretty cool matchup I had in mind, but be interesting to see what you guys think. Let's see what they're saying in chat as well. GG, did you see the Crypt Horror hit the Mutant Rat Ogre halfway across the map? No, I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Gotta rewatch that. Maybe it was the coach, but one of them was suddenly airborne. Yeah, the coaches are super heavy here in this matchup. They're super heavy. But yeah, no, I don't think the Horrors would have done that now. But it was a super cool matchup between these two. Super cool matchup. Yeah, you'd like to see one more? Cool. Let's just see if the guys are ready. Cool, let's get Flex Prime in here then, and then we have God's Eater as the second one. Take care to both of those guys, and thank you very much to Bomo and AC Moore for playing in that. That was super cool. That was a super cool matchup. I'll be in a minute. Cool. Try and make it as quickly as you can, if possible. Right, let's see if we can find some of the guys online. So... Perfect, so we're going to have one more match here. Now, I was thinking Vampire Counts up against Norska. How do you guys feel about that? Hopefully that should be a pretty interesting matchup. I think it's pretty 50-50. I think it probably slightly favours the VC. So it looks like Flex Prime is in. Just gonna be waiting here for God Eater. He did say he was going to be around, so unless we want to get in. Perfect. Right, so we should have another map left. Not VC versus Norska. It's not Norskan favoured, I think it's VC favoured. I think it's VC favoured. Pretty strongly. Well, not strongly, but a little bit. A little bit. Well, at least that's my personal opinion. Ah, it looks like God Eater is coming. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's. I don't think I've ever seen that matchup. It's normally Ducky's pick is to counter them. Is to counter VC with Norska. It's normally you buy in High Elves and Dark Elves, I think. Hammond, do you want to do a Chaos faction free for all? I could do one after if that's what you guys want. We can do that for sure. Yeah. Let's see if we can see God Eater online. Yes, there he is. Cool. Let's invite him. Perfect. Welcome, so let's do it. So we're going to be fighting up on Eschen. Should be quite the fun one as well. Yeah, my normal pick for this is... I tell you what, once I put their army together, let me put on a nice screen blocker here. Let's have a little look. Put on Caradox blocker of the nice elf lady. So let's see here if God Eater can bring it back here and maybe try to even get another win here for the new. Yeah, we can do that for sure. We can do we can do that, Hammond. Who would be up for doing that then? So we could do a Chaos Factions free for all to finish this all off tonight, where you have Norska, Chaos, Beastmen, and Skaven. Who would want to do that? Would you want to do? We could get the guys back in that did play those factions, or what would you guys like? Okie dokie. Alright, so Caradoc wants Beastmen. Fair enough. So Caradoc wants Beastmen. Who else wants what? Biblington, Howard, CJ, anybody who would like to take what? Would anybody like to take anything? Okay, looks like CJ will take Norska, so we got Chaos and Skaven left. It's free for anybody to take. Absolutely anybody. Yeah, so just make sure if you guys aren't signed up to the Discord, make sure you are, so you can check all of the tournaments coming forward here on the channel. Looks like both already, so let's hop in here. We're going to be having another tournament on Wednesday, so that'll be a set tournament here for... there should be a set tournament for the sub-faction tournament. So basically you pick a sub-faction that you play the entirety of the tournament with, so you guys will pop in and let's say you take Nagaroth, you use Nagaroth for the whole tournament. Alright, so Kraken's going to be playing Skaven, fantastic. So we just need a Chaos player, anybody that would like to play Chaos. So we're going to have the scary lands here of Eschen as well, so it should be quite a fun match. No, that's why I'm too tired to play. Yeah, no problem, Billington. No problem at all, buddy. You chill out. That's what you need to do. Alright, so let's pop into it. So, for the Norskins, we are going to have 3 units of Marauder Horsemen in the front line with 4 units of Norskan Wolfhounds. So these guys are going to be pretty good indeed at getting around and shutting down all that range. I was just realising there's not much range. What are they going to be utilised? Maybe they're just going to be utilised to counter the direwolves? Not too sure. But we're also going to be having some more Marauder Horsemen. And we'll be having some Marauders with some Marauder Berserkers. And some Skin Wolves here. Skin Wolves will be pretty good in this matchup with some more Marauder Berserkers. Yeah, pretty good. So 3 Skin Wolves, lots of Marauders and Marauder Berserkers. And we're also going to be having Shaman Sorcerer with the Burning Head, Fireball, and also the Sword of... Flaming Sword of Ruin, is it? Yeah, Flaming Sword of Ruin. Wolf at the Runda will be having hundreds of champions, a Fight or Die, and Seafang, but he's going to be on horseback, which will be interesting. I like him on his Mammoth in this matchup. I actually take the Marauder Chieftain in this matchup on top of his Mammoth, and then bring his weapon that gives him fire damage, and is very good at taking out any regenerating units. In the sky, we are going to have Isabella von Carstein here. Let's get a look on Isabella. So Isabella will be having the Blood Chalice, as well as Master of Belingwint. I always say that wrong. But Raised Dead, as also Gaze of Nagash. She'll also be accompanied here by a Death Caster, who will be... Oh no, it's going to be a Caster of Shadows. I beg your pardon. So Caster of Shadows here will be having Enfeebling Foe, and also Mind Razor. We'll be having some the Tithe in the front line, as well as some zombies, lots of zombies, and we're having this lovely looking unit here, which is the Hex Wraiths. Hex Wraiths are perfect at dealing up against units such as... I forgot. Skin Wolves. Skin Wolves are perfect at dealing because they have that good fire damage, AP, and all the other good stuff, and that 75% physical resistance. We have the Direpower Wolves with the bonus to large, anti-large, and also have some Graveguard here in the back. Graveguard, great weapons, Graveguard, as well as the Corpse Guard of Balefire. So yeah, some good stuff in the back, including, so it looks like it's not going to be the ROR, so it should be some interesting stuff. Let's get ready to kick off then. Yeah, no problem. I'll play Chaos. Ah, cool, Human Boy. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. So for those that don't know Human Boy, he's a super nice guy. He's also just made a channel here on YouTube. He does all sorts of other content as well. So feel free to go onto the Google search channel and be sure to check him out after the stream as well. So just type in Human Boy Yes Yes up there in the channel on the YouTube, and you should be able to find him with all of his awesome tournaments as well. All right. Bit of a pause here, not too sure what we're waiting for. Alright, so looks like we have our 4 champions coming forward then, so make sure you guys are loaded up and ready to go. Alright, Goddess is ready. Good luck, have fun. Love to see that from both sides. Let's kick it off. So if we do actually manage to get our Flaming Sword of Ruin here on any of the Marauder Horsemen, they can certainly shoot through that fire and magic damage here up against the Hex Wraiths. You can also imbue it here on the dogs as well, so there's no Beast of Tashnar, so not going to be too much to deal with any of those sort of... Oh, what's going on? Oh, okay. Maybe that was from before, that's my bad. Ready there, okay. Cool, let's do this. So the Dire Wall's a little bit far forward, they could get shot pretty heavily by the Marauder Horsemen. They don't have any armor, so they're going to get hit pretty hard. These undead doggos, they do come with fear, they're... pretty naked, as you can see. They do look pretty gnarly. They're going to be coming forward here. 95 speed from these bad boys up against the 90 of the Marauder Horsemen. Also going to get throwing axes here to the face. And looks like they are going to be chasing off. Oh, look at that hit there. So it looks like we are going to have a Gaze and a Gash going down, absolutely decimating the Shaman Sorcerer. Maybe a Fireball going down on the way back as well. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be very hard to hit this target. Unless Flex Prime isn't paying attention, which I don't think he is. Oh, okay, she's going to be taking that royally to the face. And Gaze and the Gash trading far much more effectively. Also, Isabella will be having that healing with the Chalice, so that should be pretty nice. Let's look over here. The Doggos have taken a bit of a punch here. Both of them are going to be losing up against the Hex Wraiths. So pretty good work there over on the right-hand flank. And in the front, we are going to have Marauders pushing straight through to the back line with some Skinwolves chasing after the Direwolves. Skinwolves have extended a little bit far here. You want to get one around the flank and maybe try and see if you can shut down the Corpse Guard Bell fire. And maybe otherwise be prepared to help deal with other units. We do have Wolfric sitting pretty still. His Sea Fang could be pretty nice up against the Graveguard and up against all units that pop still here in the pocket. So looks like we're going to have another Gaze and Nagash going here in the pocket. All Overcasted there doing damage up against Isabella as well, but you're not too worried about that. Invocation of the Heck can go down as well. And it's like Flaming Sword of Ruin's going to be going down here. It's a bit of a shame because you really wanted to deal with these Hex Wraiths. Hex Wraiths went to the side, they do have 94 speed, so they're going to be pretty good at helping there. Going to be kiting here up against the Direwolves, and looks like here we do have the Shaman who will be chasing after the Direwolves, trying to shut those down as well, as we do have some Norscan Warhounds here also getting involved. Also, so going to be shutting down some zombies, and here in the pocket we're going to be having the normal Marauders fighting up against Graveguard. Graveguard will clean them up pretty effectively. So if we do flip around here, we are going to get some nice Marauder Horsemen. They are going to be shooting here in the sky up against Isabella. Isabella's going to be getting hit, but she has a pretty small hitbox, and she's pretty fast as well. So shooting her down using the Marauders is a pretty difficult job. So there's going to be another cast here going down. Gaze and the Gash could hit nice here. For some reason, it looked like it didn't go off. It might be the javelins that are throwing off. Maybe she can't do it while she's under fire. I really don't know. But here in the back, you can see the Hex Wraiths. You need to keep the Shaman Sorcerer alive. You need to imbue fire damage maybe on your Marauder Horseman and see if you can help deal with the Hex Wraiths. He also has Burning Head, so if they do engage, quick Burning Head down the flank of them, and they are gone. One Burning Head will absolutely decimate them. Skinwolves are coming into the back as well. What a Skinwolves going to be going after is the question. So it looks like we have the Direwolves. They will be popping in the back on the Marauder Horsemen, and they will chew them apart. So it looks like Burning Head's going to be going in the pocket on the Graveguard, and it looks like hopefully it's going to be overcasted. Yeah, it did some okay damage value. Nothing brilliant, nothing too excellent. But as you can see here, you're going to have 3 units are going to be broken here for the Marauder Horsemen. That's going to be really painful there. You are going to see Wolfric the Wanderer here fighting in the pocket. If he does manage to get the Vampire Shadows, which looks like Oaken's Mind Razor has gone down, that's going to give that 40 lots of melee attack and lots of weapon strength. It looks like Isabella von Carstein has gone in as well, so it's going to be overcasted for this entirety of the force here. Balance of Power though slightly pulling in the undead favour. Sorry, in the dead favour. And it's certainly going to be pulled a lot harder now since that Wolfric the Wanderer has been hit pretty hard. So another summon here, maybe some zombies. Yeah, it looks like zombies have been summoned. Master Delinquent has gone down for the negative 40 melee attack, so at this point I'd probably just pull Wolfric out. He doesn't really need to be fighting with all his negatives, just bring it back another day and then pop Hunters of Champions. We'll be seeing them Marauder Horsemen. They're going to be fighting, but they're also going to be fighting here up against the Graveguard. This is not where they want to be. They need to be manoeuvring and getting some good volleys in where they can. So the Skinwolves are in as well. Skinwolves are going to be fighting, it looks like up against zombies. They need to be fighting up against Isabella. You need to push them over here and fight up against her for sure. As like in the back, we are going to be getting some Doggos fighting and chewing on those very cheap zombies.
No!
We have the Graveguard, great weapons coming in with that armor piercing up against Wolfric. Wolfric just have 100 armor, but these boys can certainly help chomp him down to size. And let's get a look here. Looks like the Skinwolves are going to be struggling. Balance of Power seriously shifting in the dead favour, as we do have the very nice healthy Hex Wraiths in the back. Shattering units here, and it looks like it's going to be a win for the undead, and a fantastic ending to this excellent contest. So well done here to everybody that played today. It was super exciting to host this. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the format logic. Hope to see it again. Press F for Skaven Warlord. Love it. I love it. So it looks like here the old factions are going to be going 8-1 winning here today. And as we can see, 1.6k damage value here for Isabella and 460 for the Vampire Shadows. Let's also pop in here. Tighty getting 133 damage value, perfect from them. 640 here, 1,000 and 640 for the Graveguard. 710 for the Graveguard Great Weapons, and 100 for 775 damage value. 100 kills, no joke. 826 damage value here for the Hexface for 112 kills, and here for the Nice Doggos, 40 for 640, 55 for 650, and for the Beasts here for 123 damage value for 19 kills. If you do see Wolfric, 480 for him, 933 for the Shaman Sorcerer. Let's pop through here. 220 for 142 kills, 121 for 550, 112 here for 555, 450 for the Marauder Berserkers, and 380. 200, as well as 277, 380, and 666 here for the Marauder Horsemen. And yeah, not too bad there from these boys. Yeah, and 711 and 358 for the Skimballs. Not too sure why so many Norscan Wolves were brought in. I don't think this many was necessary. I definitely would have bought some Javelins in this matchup. GG's indeed to your opponent, Flex Prime. GG's indeed. No problem, Cocoa Puffs. Thank you very much for the comment. Alright then, so I'm just going to be kicking you, gents, but GG's, thank you very much. GG's well played. Don't take any offense to me kicking you here, but thank you very much for playing. Now, you guys have requested it, so I will do it as you have requested it. Let's pop in here for the free-for-all battle. So, we should be having Mr. Human Boy, yes, yes. We're going to be having Mr. Complex Slayer, as well as... Let's have a look, see what else we got online. Caradoc said he wanted to play. Kraken... Let's invite those boys. Yeah, Human Boy's already in, perfect. Hello there, sir. Hello there, hello there. Alright, so Kraken will be in as well, and we're going to play on Troll Country, which should be quite the fun one. Welcome, Kraken, indeed. Welcome, welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, so we're just waiting for the other two to join, waiting for you, CJ, and we're also going to be waiting for Mr. Caradoc. Yeah, no problem, Caradoc, no problem. Let's put on a nice picture here. Let's put on a nice picture so you guys have something really fun to look at. So, let's get... It's one of my favourite ones. I do like this. Or maybe you see, actually, we've got a bit of time. One of you guys did send in some really, really cool photos. Let's see if we can get some stuff in here. So let's go to the media content. Cool, let's grab this one. So let's... Who's this from? Oh, okay. Let's browse and get this one in then. Let's go into here. Should be all. There we go. So let's move this one up. Perfect. That's a pretty cool one, I think. Perfect, we've got Caradoc in. Okay, no worries. Does anybody else want to play? Absolutely anybody can play at this point. So it looks like CJ can't make it. If not, maybe I'll have to pop in and play. Let's see. I don't know if anybody else wants to play. And let's see if... I don't know if you want to play Flex or something like that. Or maybe if anybody else in the chat wants to play, maybe we got Kraken in, we got Caradoc, Human Boy. Alright, oh, that's new. Cool. Good evening, Stir. How are you? How you doing, Lister? I hope you're doing well. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to play myself, so I shall play. And I will be playing Norska. Alrighty. By the way, Logic, do you know what happened to Void? Guess, ditch, genuine human, and totally not two rats in a trench coat. What? What do you mean what happened to Void? I don't know what the... I don't understand the question. Right, so Norska. We've got all of that, and then we want some of these. We've got two of those. Can't afford it anymore. Cool, I think my army's ready. Let's do it. Yeah, I think he just gets busy. I think he's playing this week. He's playing this Friday. He's playing in the Battlemania Invitational. So I'm not gonna be able to comment on everybody else's point of view. I'm just going to have to be commenting on what I'm doing, but. He showed up today. He showed up in today's tournament and said hello. Actually, he showed up early. Alright everybody, so to finish it off today, we are going to be finishing off with a Chaos free-for-all, which we'll be having Skaven, Beastmen, Norska, and also Chaos. So you guys did request it, so we shall finish off with that. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. And for anybody here, if you have enjoyed the content today, please feel free to leave a like. It really, really does help the channel. Also, if you are brand new here, also think about subscribing. It would really help me onto that 1,000 subscribers. And I try to make this a little bit more full-time for myself. If you are new here, you can join the Discord, which is in the description, and you can join for all sorts of new content for the Warhammer and all of the multiplayer tournaments coming forward here in the future, as well as all the single player and all the other cool elements I have here on the channel. Let's hop in here. So pretty nice, it's a pretty small map, it's nothing massive. When it comes down to value for the Skaven, it all comes down, can that Skaven protect its back line, can it protect all of those Globadiers, etc. And then for the Chaos, they might have like Hell Cannons, and I really don't know what the Beastmen are going to do. I really don't know. Void's been around. Void's been around. He congratulated me in stream on the 300 subscribers, which is really nice of him. I just think today he also he's not going to play in every single tournament. I just think particularly today he didn't have too much interest maybe in playing. You know, some guys like to go play in other tournaments as well. You know, it's not just mine's not the only tournament. Sometimes he likes to play in, you know, maybe other tournaments where you're not just playing a best of one all night. You know, you maybe want to play a little bit more, which is totally understandable. It's totally understandable.
Hear my taunts.
All right, so for my boys here, what are we going to have? Oh, I can't even do that. There we go. So for my boys, we don't have a very wide front line, but what we do have is 4 units of Chaos Marauders. And they're going to be protecting 3 units of Javos.
They will succumb.
The Javos are in case I absolutely need them, but I'm actually banking here on trying to get as much value as possible. I'm not looking here to win, I'm looking here to get value. Now we have some Wind Wolves, and we have 3 of them. These Wind Wolves are certainly going to rack up some value for me. And then we have the Mass Skirmish.
That's what the masters bid.
So we can see here we have the Chaos over here to the left. Okay, so that looks pretty good over there. Over to my, so I'm going to be in the yellow. Over to the right in the blue is going to be the Skaven. It should be interesting to see. Maybe see if we can get some work over there from the magic. Good luck, have fun to everybody that's playing. This is all about just having a little bit of fun at this point.
Killer of champions.
Killer of champions, indeed. Killer of champions. Alright, looks like Carolock is ready. I'm just going to be waiting for Mr. BBB Kraken.
What do the gods desire?
Like everybody's ready, so let's do this.
Ha!
Oh no.
All will be despoiled. For the blood
Oh my
god!
god, there's so many wolves, so many wolves.
Charge!
Yeah, so I vanguarded into some wolves. That is such a pain. Of course I did. Of course I did.
Get them! Retreat!
Yeah, I'm nowhere near.
Yes, chieftain! Deliver slaughter!
So what else have we got over here? So it's like we have a chaos giant, we have a dragon ogre. Okay, cool.
Yarr! No!
Yes! I'll abide! With speed!
My god's call! Deliver slaughter! Move! Bring us to carnage!
Very well. Into position!
Moving! For the blood god! Charge!
Come on, come on, come on.
Roar! Faster! Our blades hunger!
Acknowledge! Quickly now!
Mortal fool! My god's call! Charge! Faster! Your will! For the blood god! All will be despoiled! Bring us to carnage!
Meant to shoot, buddy. Let's shoot while you move. Let's shoot while you move. Okay, looks like the rest of my forces now to come
Chaos
over.
Marauders!
Just come over.
Corn demands!
Moving out!
Your will!
Hopefully they'll break and go off the edge of the map. They should break there nice and easily.
For the Chaos Gods! Chaos Marauders! The Dark Gods command me!
Orders taken! Onward! So be it! March!
Oh, I need my sorcerer over here.
Ready to murder! Making
Too
my
late,
way!
Wolfric.
Very well! My God's call! Fight! Your will!
Hunter of men! Roving!
It's so difficult to fight in the
Faster!
trees. It's so difficult.
Fight! Chaos Marauders! Get them! What? Quick! So be it! Yes! Corn demands!
I've seen death. This one's good.
Okay, that was pretty
Chaos
crap.
Marauders! Eat your soul!
Alright, there we managed to
My
stabilise a
God's
little
call!
bit. Let's get these bloody things out of here.
Chaos Marauders! Retreat! We want their eyes! For chaos!
Alright, let's shattered him, so let's bring these boys back in then.
Lambs to slaughter! Tracking! Cut them down! Consider it done!
Chaos Marauders! Yes!
Well, the giant should go
For
down.
the Chaos Gods!
Now we shoot
Give
Kodak.
us ruin! They will succumb!
Obeying!
Grah! Faster!
Shaman sorcerer.
Nice.
Conjuring. A
Away.
killing.
Heeding! I will!
You said it. Death manifested.
Nice, that should be enough to win that. Looks like those two are going to run away. This lot over here has got some good value. Oh my god, Caradoc is absolutely slapping over there. Okay, cool. So we've managed to smash most of this.
Scouts for my
Can
armor!
we break the aspiring champions? That's the
Wulfric the
question.
Wanderer! Decapitate!
Alright, let's go shatter those. Let's go over here and see if we can shatter the aspiring champions.
Chaos comes! Charge them!
No, it looks like Human Boy's going to be hiding in the trees there. Alright, let's get those javelins. Where are those javelins? Number 1. Javelins are pretty good in combat as well. So it looks like we have some Centaur throwing axes from Caradoc. Those boys are no joke. They'll absolutely wreck if they get the opportunity. And it looks like we shattered the aspiring champions as well.
Wulfric the Wanderer!
Cool. Let's go over then.
Maneuvering!
You get over here as well.
I'll be there.
I'll take heads! Waste no time!
I was like the Forsaken have come back. Okay.
Chaos Marauders!
The inescapable one! Yes! I'll abide!
Also looks like the doggos have come back, which is interesting.
Har!
Okay, so it looks like we have Chaos Warhounds with poison. I'm not sure where most of Kraken's forces have gone. Oh, there's some free units over here.
Honor the tribe!
Keep the skin balls nice and close. Keep you nice and close.
Winds to me.
So be it! Get them!
Let's drop them back. We don't need those involved. Let's get these boys over here then.
Onward!
Chaos Marauders! Faster! Our blades hunger! What do the gods desire? For chaos! Ravage them!
Okay, looks like they're setting up. Looks like they're setting up on me.
No!
Yeah, very nice Vile Tide there.
Bring us to carnage!
Shaman sorcerer. Shamanic death.
Ah, it doesn't look like that's going to catch anything. Okay.
This one's good.
Chaos Marauders! Charge them!
Right, they're in the back and they're busy, so let's whip round over here. Right, let's get my lines in. I think we need to bite the bullet here. We need some value, so let's get my boys forward.
Har!
Right, here's the crew
Chaos Marauders!
over here.
Move on them!
Going now.
We're a little bit behind on the value, but hopefully.
Conjuring. A killing.
Change your directors! Charge them! Chaos comes! Charge! Gra! Corn demands! Now! For the Chaos Gods! Faster! Our blades hunger! Pull back!
Yeah, he's not giving up on this.
Fight! Get them!
I will.
We serve the gods!
Here we go. This is what we want. This is the value we want here.
Shaman sorcerer. Death manifested. Positioning.
Let's see if I can get my skin balls in here to do as much damage up against the dragon ogres as possible. To try and see if I can rack up some of that value.
Shaman sorcerer. Winds For me! Shamanic death!
Bring us to carnage!
Slay every mortal!
Let's get in there and
Eat
fight.
your souls! Into position!
Get Wolf around the
Quickly
flanks.
now!
Looks like both my skin walls got wrecked, but that's okay.
Destroy! Consider it done. I will.
What to do?
Chaos Marauders!
Let's get the throwing axes going.
Prepare to ruin. I will comply.
Hopefully I can rear charge him. Nice, he's dead.
Tracking.
Right, now I'll come out of the Kazrak.
Into position! The scream!
For the masters.
Here we go, head on charge, let's go. Oh, 320 HP left for him. Nice, he's dead. Love it.
Wolfric the Wanderer. Take my blade.
Wow, I think Caradox got this.
Skulls for the Skull Throne!
Orders taken.
That's what the Masters bid! The Dark Gods command me!
With speed.
Chaos Marauders!
Moving out. Acknowledged. Maneuvering.
Oh my god, how fast is he? I'm 78 speed. What? Oh, he's 78 speed as well.
Wolfric the
Bloody
Wanderer.
hell.
Making my
Wolfric
way.
just got slapped.
Chaos Marauders! Pull back!
Roving.
Faster!
The gods demand
That's
it.
it, you fight.
Eat your souls! The Dark Gods command me!
So be it. Disembowel.
Retreat!
This was not meant to be. Waste no time. Moving out. Lambs to slaughter.
Oh no, I got my boys over here, fine. That's fine.
Maneuvering. Making my way.
Ha!
Tracking.
Moving!
Roving. Into position. Very well. Fire. Quickly now. I hear you.
Right, let's see if I can get this value that I need. Nice. Nice big hit there.
Waste no time. Onward.
Doesn't mean I can't
With
get hit,
speed. Into position. Quickly now. Roving. Massacre.
Nah, I think I have to fight here.
Chaos Marauders!
Nah, GG's. Oh, I'm getting hit so hard.
Getting out.
No! Oh no, my boy's in the middle.
Mortal fall!
Is that mine? That's my Shaman Sorcerer. I doesn't have anything left, to be fair.
Chaos Marauders! Slay every mortal! Kill them! Pull back!
No way, is that skin walls? Oh wow, I didn't know I had any skin walls left. I didn't know. I promise you, I didn't know. Skin walls should hopefully be able to wreck this shag off. Hopefully.
Wolfric the Wanderer. Obeying. I will.
Chaos Marauders!
Hunter of men. Waste no time.
Retreat!
So they shattered.
The master's puppet.
I5 for fireball.
They're done!
Problem is here for human voice. I'm still getting really good value on Kolek.
Retreat!
Oh no! Did they get terrified? Oh, they got terrified.
Moving!
I think I'm not going to get any value there. I'm just going to get hit really hard. But I could hit the wolves and I could break them. Oh, I shattered them. Okay.
Prepare to hex!
Is it because I shattered them that...
That's what the Masters bid! We want their eyes!
I actually don't know what I've got left. So I have these boys. So those two are my Shaman Sorcerer. I don't know if I got any Winter Magic left. Oh, I have 4 left. I could get a Fireball. A Fireball would be really nice to hit to Kolek with and get some good damage value. Just need to make sure we get these Chaos War Hands off the edge. Shouldn't take too long. But there we go. Caradoc's gone down.
Yes!
Oh, they shatter anyway. No, they will shatter most likely. I can't get recharged here. I get one every 99 seconds, so I highly doubt I'm going to get one. If I do, then awesome, but more than likely not.
Chaos
they've come back.
Marauders! Very well!
I've seen victory! On my way!
But looks like it's going to be a big win here for Caradoc. Looks like it's going to be a super big win.
Deaths are assured!
Come on, I need that Winds of Magic. Oh, I'm going to have to engage now, aren't I?
Murder!
Charge! I'm very healthy. I will lose this, but I'm very healthy. Oh my god, Star Crusher. Oh, wow. This hurts. This really hurts. I didn't get the fireball, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, classic tactical reserves from me, eh? Classic. No, Human Boy came second because he won. He wussied off in the beginning, that's why. He didn't want to challenge me full on, he knew he was going to lose. But yeah, nice start. So hopping with me, I got 2.2 here for Wolfric, 600 from the Shaman Sorcerer. Really bad burning heads, unfortunately. But 240 there. Front line, I knew the front line was going to get nothing. Javelins 1.3, 1.2, and 1.2. Nothing from the Royal Horseman there. I probably should have just gone more Javelins, to be honest. But yeah, they had some good skirmishes, 700, 600, yeah, good stuff. And the throwing axes really didn't do too much. 1.5 from the skin walls, 650 and 675. Yeah, so pretty good stuff there. Codex coming in 2.8. Okay. 400, 753 there for the Demon Spew, 980 for the Chaos Warhound, 700, 1.1 there, 230, 200, 180 for the Chaos Giant, I just wrecked that thing, and 1,670 from the Dragon Ogre Shagoth. From Caradoc, the winner got 1.1 here for Kazarak, 1.9 here for the Shaman of Wild, 500 from the front line, 300, 950 for the Gore Herds, and 1.1 here for the Blackhorn Ravagers. They're so good, Blackhorn Ravagers. Best of Gore is 477, 540, 1.5 from the Ungor Raiders, 1.2, good stuff from them, 1.2 here from Centaurs, 800, 1.6, 870, 760 from the Chaos Warhounds, and 650 from Kraken. Though we got Snickitch with 2,450. He went to Eshin Sorcerer, I love it. 140. Gorich here got 800. Love the Gorich pick. This is a cool army. But 700, 450, 780, and 175 from the Death Runners. 340 from the Ishka's Triads. 780 as well as 160, and from the Hellbit Abomination. I'm really sad it's not the thing, but I got 430. Awesome stuff. Really cool. Really cool stuff. I noticed how bad it was going and booked it with the big boys. Yeah, I don't blame you. It actually ended up putting you second, to be fair. Yeah, the boys took a big punishment. I managed to whack that Chaos Giant pretty hard. But thank you very much for everybody that has hung out today. We did the old versus new tournament today, going 8-1 for the old, 8 for the old, 1 for the new. And then we managed to finish with a nice Chaos free-for-all there. So I hope everybody enjoyed all of the good stuff on today. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you are new, of course. Drop into the description where you can find my Discord. And I hope all of you have a fantastic evening or day, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you on Wednesday for the sub-faction tournament. And maybe there'll be a live stream tomorrow as well. Check out my Discord. I'll be posting in there with more than likely what I'm going to be doing. But take care of yourself, guys, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one.